You know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months. You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Rosalie the Fantasy Girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about this free site called Big Zero, and it's a total game changer. Big Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Big Zero. Go to bigzero.com to sign up. And if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Big Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And yes, today is January 4th, Randy. You know what that means?
No.
Today is Napa Mike's birthday. That's right. Remember Napa Mike? We lost him back in 2020, and he was a super cool guy. We miss him very much. But happy birthday, Napa Mike, wherever you are out there. So, all right. So that is one thing about the day that's very special. The other thing about the day that I'm very excited about is today is Taco Tuesday. And I was informed this morning when I said, oh, look, it's Taco Tuesday. My wife says, and today here at the house, it will also be Taco Tuesday. Yes.
No, that's a win right there. That is
very rarely
boy.
do I get that on Tuesday. I get Taco Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, but very rarely Taco Tuesday, because I think my wife, being a Latina lady, is, the same way I am as an Irishman about St. Patrick's Day. As you amateurs, that's how I feel about it. And I think maybe for her, she resists the taco in the Taco Tuesday. So today,
why does she resist it? I don't understand.
No, man. What people ask me, why do I resist St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
It's a different thing. Yeah. I mean, a bunch of drunks running around pretending to be Irish, pinching everybody. I just want to punch you in the face when you do
It's
that.
an easy meal to make. It's just the tortilla shells there. You get the meats, whatever you choose.
Oh, it's not about the difficulty of the meal.
Uh-huh,
Listen, my wife is an amazing cook.
Well, yeah,
She
I'm
can
aware of that,
do
yeah.
anything in the kitchen like crazy, and very little. She didn't even break a sweat. She always looks the exact same no matter what. She puts on this cute little apron. She starts doing her thing, and then you walk right from there to a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah.
She's that kind of gal.
Uh-huh.
So, it's just, I think she doesn't like to be told what to do by a calendar like me.
Okay. All right. Now now I understand. All right. Now it's coming into focus for me. Thank you very much for that update.
But I really think there will be chicken tacos tonight. So I'm very excited for that.
Chicken tacos.
Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Taco Tuesday. Don't know if you heard, but yesterday was Ben Rapesberger's last home game in Heinz Field. Yeah, if you watched the game, you heard about it near damn constantly, didn't you?
Yeah.
And he says, I wish ESPN would have mentioned it more. They barely said anything about it. Yeah.
That and emotional this, emotional that. And if they said Steve Levy, if he said that once, he said it 100,000 times last night.
That is why I can never work probably for a big corporation or a network, because I would have followed each one of those things. Yeah, very emotional, like the girl in the bathroom who you wouldn't let out. Ben.
Oh boy.
That's where I would have gone with it, and that is why I will never work for ESPN, CBS, Fox, NBC.
I get that.
Maybe the CW.
Tonight on the CW, a new Felicity.
Well, I mean, I don't think I could pull that off, but still. Berg is on the text line, says, afternoon, guys. Afternoon,
Howdy.
Berg. Yeah, and of course, Berg, probably don't want to listen to this thing. But we're just about now to do our weekly awards here on the Daily Blender. We've got the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em Awards, and yesterday, Randy, I wasn't ready. Again, I know we haven't done this a couple of weeks.
Sorry,
You wait till I say the names. All right, so here's what happened.
right.
Big Steve from the main event, he got 15. Well, no, don't play the music.
You said the name.
Well, he can't win. He can't win.
Oh, I see.
And then the next name up was Jeffrey O'Brien. I had 14 right, but I can't win. So we had to go to the next person in line on the results thing. And congratulations to Teriyaki. He got 14 right. So that's where okay. I don't know why we even do this. But yes, Teriyaki, he wants to try to donate his jersey that he won. But I got to have some conversations with him about that. But he's a very nice guy, this Terry.
Donate it to me. I see, because the listeners, the fourth dimension, starting to rally. It's a new year. We want to give Randy a jersey. I get it. Thank you very much, Terry.
He wants to donate it to the charity.
Awesome.
So
what?
He wants to donate it to charity. That has nothing to do with you, Randy. He wants to give it to some kid or something.
The hell?
Well, he went to hell. He wants to donate it to charity because Teriyaki is just a nice guy.
And Randy's sitting here thinking, look, why not donate it to a good cause and donate it to me?
Randy White Charities.
Because I would like a jersey. That's the cause.
I could make a joke, but there's a local former kicker that would probably come down here and want to kill me. About fake charities. But anyway, white courtesy phone, Nick. White courtesy phone. Anyway,
I think I'll ask you for the story later.
Well, some people have already figured it out. What? He was on the Chiefs? Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so here.
Wow. It's going to be one of those shows today, huh?
Yeah, probably. All right. So here's what we know as far as the overall Harmon Solar Fan Pick'em standings. Much to my surprise, I am still in the lead. I thought no, Randy, that's
what?
No, okay, that's fine. No, actually, I deserve that. I have 182 correct. Next up is Cards Chappie with 175 correct. Now he is right now your $1,580 winner, but not yet, because we go all the way through the Super Bowl. The picks have to go all the way through the Super Bowl. So that gives Monday QB 35, Raider Royce, Robert from Surprise, Mile High Guy, Rough Rob, and others a chance to try to, if they do everything right, Cards Chappie just has to do a few things wrong, And suddenly we've got a new winner. And remember, there's a first place prize of $1,580 and a second place prize of $500. So even if you're not able to catch Cards Chappie, catch Monday QB or say Raider Royce, now you got something. People have 164, 165, 167, 168.
Where's the beer at? Third place, wasn't that a 30-pack of beer?
It was last year. You know what? I got to talk to Radio Ron about that. We need a big old 30-pack of something for third place. You're right.
Well, I
Randy.
thought that was already set in stone. 30-pack of beer.
I don't know. I forget things. But, you know, I want to clarify that, make sure we got it. You're right.
All right.
You're right. Of course, the quality of the beer, I guess, depends. I don't know if the person gets to choose it or not.
Yeah.
So for the show, I had 14 right, and now I still have 182. Randy, not bad. You had 12 right. You had a good week in the picks.
Thank you.
151 right. Keon forgot to do his picks.
I didn't forget to do them. I forgot to hit submit. I even filled out the highest score, lowest score question too.
Yeah.
I closed the tab, I guess.
You mean, Keon, you don't fill out the tiebreaker?
No, I filled all that stuff out. I just didn't hit submit at the end, apparently. And
there were some glitches going on with that site where I changed a pick. And then I came back later and I saw it said your change did not go through. And I'm like, whoa. And then luckily it kind of worked in my favor, sort of. But and I don't want to say what it's about because I don't want to bring it up. Anyway, so Keon, if you had written those down or if you guys do these all on air?
We did them on the air. And usually when we do it on the air, I usually bring it up and do it right then.
Right.
And then if I change later, I change later. But
you need to get me a list of those. And so just for our purposes on the show, I get you can't change anything in the pick'em, but at least for our totals here, as we keep track, it will have an accurate standing for the Daily Blender guys.
Okay.
Well, I don't think that he hit submit, so I don't think there's a record of it.
Well, he said it on air. So if he writes down, I'll put him on the honor system. He's a good guy.
I'll go back and find what I said.
Right. I can trust Keon on this.
All right.
I mean, there's no cash prizes involved with this for us. We're just it's just for pride here.
Wait, back out there. What?
There's no cash prizes for us. Randy, I've told you this every year, every time this comes up, that we get nothing.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should just stop. Because every time we have this conversation. And
damn it.
So Ralph from Harmon Solar, he got 12 right. So did Boogie. So now Boogie has 159. Ralph has 155. Who knows what Keon has? Randy, you got 151. I got 182. So that's what's going on there. Cards Chappie still the super fan leader, and we'll see what happens next. So don't forget to do your picks. There's still a chance for a lot of you guys to try to pump up and try to get that second place prize. Now, let's talk briefly about our fantasy football leagues. We have 10 leagues, and in all these leagues, we've got a bunch of winners. And we also have cash prizes going to those winners. First time ever, because much thanks to Ralph at Harmon Solar. He's put up money for, of course, Premier League winner, who is Marcus Maulers. That's right. AKA on the text line, Nostradamus. So congratulations there. Berg gave it a good run, but his team just sort of fell apart, and Jamar Chase did not make it easy for anybody this week. So just happened to have him on his roster. So congratulations to the Marcus Maulers in the Premier League. I'm going to go through these fast because I don't want to bore people, and generally nobody cares about anybody else's fantasy football. So Blender League 1 champion, the Pigskin Pals, AKA Kenneth. Maybe we can't do the fanfare each one. It's going to slow me down. So let's just not have the fanfare. Okay. So Blender League 2, Revenge of the Box, AKA David. Blender League 3 is Skull. That's right. It's that Skull.
It's got to be rigged.
AKA it's rigged. He won Blender League 3. Congratulations to Baby Got Dak. She won Blender League 4, aka Jess. Congratulations. Blender League 5, Thundar the Santa Barbarian, aka Paul. Thundar's Barbarians won there. Blender League 6, Baker's Cocky Hens, aka Josh. He won that one. Let's see. Ignatius, who is the last optimist, he won Blender League 7. And Bug Eaters, aka Brett, won Blender League 8. And look how they flock to me, aka Keon's brother, won Blender League 9.
And
Wow,
he was
how
just
about
filling in for somebody that dropped out.
How
So
about that?
And when I saw his draft, I even said something to Keon like that was one of the worst drafts I ever saw. How did he win?
He actually had a really good draft.
Did he? I thought he had a bad draft.
At first glance, it didn't look great, but actually, he drafted the right running backs. He had some players that kind of broke out this season, and he ended up having a really good year.
That's amazing. Wow. I got to check and make sure because employees of the radio station are not eligible, but he doesn't work here, so I guess he should get the money. I don't know. I got to find out from legal if he gets the money.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't promise him anything because I was like, I don't know, dude, how. If you're related to me, if that means you can't, I don't know.
I'm going to send him an email saying, we said you could have the money. Did Keon give it to you? There's going to be a domestic disturbance at the apartment tonight. Anyway, so all you guys out there, thank you so much for participating in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. We'll, of course, we will do it next year, and it'll be easier because you all get to stay in the leagues you're in. And we're not going to redo the whole settings. So you're already in for next year. So that'll be nice. Also, we are going to move some of the champions into the Premier League. Now, we are only able to bring in four people in, 4 people out. That's the way it works every season. And so you guys, and by you guys, Keon, Randy, and Ralph have made it really difficult to do. Because you guys were at the bottom of the damn barrel.
Not my fault, man. Not my fault.
So now it feels bad that I've got to throw out some people who actually were in the actual playoffs and actually had good teams and actually played well. And that is really tearing at me a little bit.
I actually feel bad too. Because the team I put together wasn't terrible. I just didn't have a quarterback for half the season. By the time I got one, I was out.
Well, do you want to be thrown into the Superfan leagues? Hell no.
Like being in the Premier League, though. I just feel bad for anybody who played better than me. That's gonna get bumped.
Well, it was pretty much everybody.
I have an announcement to make. I'm taking this opportunity to retire my football league. What?
It's not gonna. No, you can't. You're not allowed to do that. You're not going to Brett Favre this thing. No. So
I have an announcement tonight. Take my talents to South Beach and no longer play fantasy foot. Is that better?
You can't do that.
You can't LeBron.
Come on, man. Don't quit the league. Don't be like that.
Well, if it makes a room for somebody that deserves to be there and can play better than me, and maybe somebody can beat you and Nostramarcus and Fantasy Girl, then it's all good with me.
Hey, listen, I'm just glad this year I'm back. I got 3rd place in the league. I beat Fantasy Girl in the playoffs. I beat her once in the regular season. I am really looking forward to next season now. I feel great about this. And well, you guys shouldn't, but I feel great about this.
Yeah.
But it's so funny that all 3 of you guys, Ralph and Randy and Keon, right down there.
At least I didn't finish last.
No, you did not finish last. Is somebody who ditched their team. That one finished last. And after that, I think it was Ralph. I don't know. You have to go back and see that.
I think it was Ralph because I beat Ralph to be just barely above Ralph.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case. So everybody, you hang out where you're hanging. And of all the winners of all the leagues, at least 4 people are going to move up. Now, we're going to figure out how we're going to do that. I guess one way could be we put all the names into a hat and we just start drawing out the 4 names. Or we could, if people agreed, go to the highest point totals. Who was the better teams in those leagues?
Yeah, I think that's the way you should do it. That's a fair way to do it.
You think so?
I think so.
The highest performers?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to write this down in stone yet because
of course, that means death for me, and I will be last next year because I'm absolutely horrid when it comes to fantasy football.
Randy, you're in the Premier League. We're not allowed to take you out. You're a made man. We're all made men in here. So, and remember, I was in the basement last year. Don't feel bad. You just, 4 in, 4 out. That's what we've always agreed to.
Yeah.
4 in, 4 out. So anyway, so $100 is going to go to each one of the winners of the Blender Leagues. Nostrum Marcus, I can't remember if it's 200 or 250, but he's going to get a bigger cash prize for being the Premier League champion. And somebody is going to get a $25 giant-sized charity check for being the worst fantasy football player of the season.
Oh, thank God that won't be me.
No, I'm going to go back, and it has to be somebody who didn't abandon their team. You can tell when somebody's abandoned their team. That's somebody's got to actually put a team on the field day in, day out, and they're not going to get a little check. They're going to get a giant cardboard check, which they have to then take to the bank and be humiliated with. That is the punishment for being at the very bottom of the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. I mean, you might burn it for warmth, rather than have to take the humiliation of that thing there. Just be glad we don't do the Sacco Award, like do on the TV show, The League, something like that. So there you go. Congratulations to all you winners out there. And we saw a lot of fun, a lot of great play this year. And, some people, I saw some 7-7s winning a championship. That always warms the heart. You know what I mean? Just completely destroys somebody's dreams. Anyway, all right, we got to take a break. Or is it time for that? What am I doing? I can't see my clock. There it is.
We are close to it. Yeah.
Okay. We got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Monday Night Football. We got all the playoffs are starting to come into focus. And of course, we're going to get your texts. Got a lot of people with a lot to say on the text line. We'll do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Coyotes are in action tonight as they play host to the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are road favorites. They pay out at -240 on the money line, where the Coyotes, they will pay out at +195 if they come up with the upset victory. The over-under has been set at 5.5 goals. The Phoenix Suns, they are also in action this evening as they are going to match up against the Pelicans in New Orleans. The Suns come in with a 28-8 record. That includes 12-4 away from Phoenix. Suns are favored by 7.5, over-under at 223.5. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
We all know when we need service on our vehicles, having a trusted and reliable auto repair center is very important. Hi, I'm Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And that's why I have all my vehicles serviced and repaired at Friendly Auto Centers in Mesa. Steve, the owner, and his team are experts in auto repair in a non-intimidating environment. Friendly Auto Center is a AAA-approved auto repair center and awarded Top Shop winner. Family-owned with 19 service bays to get you back on the road fast with reliable repairs backed by an exceptional warranty. Friendly Auto Centers offers a full range of routine auto services as well as general repairs on any make or model passenger vehicle, RVs, and large trucks. Friendly Auto Centers are located at 5026 East Main Street in Mesa. Give them a call at 480-830-9377. That's 480-830-9377. Find them online at friendlyautocenters.com. Friendly Auto Centers, where every car leaves with a smile. And tell them Steve McCollum sent you.
You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
Dell's New Year event is here with up to $200 off on laptops with Intel Core processors. Check out the precision-crafted Dell XPS laptop with all the performance you need to unleash your creativity. Or game without limits with powerful Alienware PCs engineered for the ultimate gaming experience. Kick off 2022 by scoring incredible savings on accessories like webcams, monitors, gaming headsets, and more. Plus free shipping on everything. Just call 800-BUY-DELL. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
The field is called a gridiron. The ball is called a pigskin. The quarterback is called a field general.
Y'all know what time it is?
The kicker?
Well, they just call him a kicker.
Come on, dude! Hey, this is football. The NFL plays here. Catch all the primetime games, playoff, and Super Bowl 56
On your home for the NFL.
Let's go now. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and it's all about the basketball nowadays. That's right. We have NCAA basketball coming up here over the next few months, and of course, March Madness. But right now, it's about high school and college basketball. We got GCU on Thursday at Rio Grande Valley. That'll happen at 5:45 p.m. here on 1580, The Fanatic. And then on well, that's tonight. Tonight, it's Valley Vista at Millennium girls basketball with the AIA at 7 p.m. So, as we start to get into the later months of NFL, you also have all the kids playing basketball and getting us all hyped up for the next big thing here, which is March Madness. How do you do on the March Madness brackets? Are you pretty good at that, Keon, or are you like hot trash?
I'm usually pretty okay.
Yeah.
Actually won my bracket pool last year.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. You know, I have been trying to find a formula for years that will work, because when, Janice in accounting can just pick all the teams based on colors and win, and then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how smart you are about your picks. It's not going to be right. So I had a thing where mascots who would win in a fight. That was a lot of fun to do, but
I remember that one.
Dismal disappointment. I was out so fast. And then, just,
you think about it. Think about some of the blue blood schools, though. They don't have very intimidating mascots at all.
Well, generally, the ones with guns were the ones that won.
You talk about the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, well,
that's not intimidating.
Kind of, but you don't have a gun.
Yeah, and when you think of like the actual,
it's a devil, for heaven's sake.
Mascot,
you brought a fork to a gunfight, so yeah, and then some of them just like they're trees. Sorry, you immediately lose. So, I'm trying to come up with another angle that will help me win that, rather than intelligence, thoughtfulness, research, scouting. Yeah,
it does feel that way in college basketball. Like the more you know, the less you know. You're just you watch. The more games you watch, at least for me, the worse my bracket usually gets generally.
So, what do you base your whole outlook on? How do you choose them?
I still try to go based on knowledge. I think that's the only way that I feel comfortable filling out a bracket.
So Keon chases chalk is what we're hearing.
Oh,
not necessarily, because if I watched enough of a team and I go, okay, there might be an upset here that nobody sees, then I might go about it that way. But
listen, I don't expect to win any kind of bracket challenge that we do when it comes to the NCAA. I am stunned that in 2 years in a row, I have won the Harmon Solar Fan Pick'em and I just don't get the check. Okay. That is bonkers, but I completely am at peace.
Well, now
I am completely at peace.
You did not win 2 years in a row yet.
I am
not yet.
I am 7 ahead of Cards Chappie right now.
You have not clinched anything.
Unless I pull a Keon and
just don't hit submit.
Right. Then I am pretty sure I can take this, because the picks get easier as the playoffs go through. Yeah, there's one more week, and there's a possibility I could really tank on that.
Picks get easier. What are you talking about?
Picks get easier as you get into the playoffs. It's easier to tell which one of these teams is going to win or lose in most games, because what happens is you've got number 1 playing number 8, you got 2 playing 7, and he's like, okay, do I really believe that this team here, who barely eked their way into the playoffs, is going to beat this team here, like the Packers, who are destined to probably get to the big dance? So, comparing teams and figuring out who's going to win or lose, a lot easier during the playoffs.
And once you have a lead like what Jeffrey has, anybody who picks the same doesn't catch up at all.
I could have a severe head injury and probably still win this thing now.
See, I love this. This is when my friend starts to get a little cocky and gets a little chippy. And then what happens is some calamity happens. He's, well, I don't know what happened.
It's a lock. So,
you bastard.
Yeah, listen. That, and if I do drop off the top, I'm happy. I'm fine with that. I'm listen, for the regular season, I was killing it. So I'm pretty damn happy. Pretty damn happy about that. But when it comes to NCAA picks, I don't expect, but knowing we have someone on the blender who will do the blender proud makes me feel a lot better, because that way other shows, they don't be like mocking us and stuff. And I'm basically mocking the whole process with the way I do my picks. So, it's just kind of nice to know we have a reputable picker, on the show. Are you a blower or a picker, by the way? You get up in there 2 knuckles deep or?
Wow. Depends.
Wow.
Am I home alone with no one?
Oh my God, he's being honest.
Oh no.
He's being honest.
Why?
You didn't have to answer. Oh, wow. So remember that next time you meet Keon and shake his hand.
Yeah.
Nonsense. I would never.
Nice to meet you, buddy. One time we were having comedians on the show, which we should start doing it again once COVID's over. I didn't realize this, but a comedian would come in and Randy and I would get a picture with him and we'd shake hands. And then immediately we both start. This is before COVID, using the hand sanitizer. And we were using the wide shot camera. And my wife is like, do you know how offended that guy is going to be that you immediately use the hand sanitizer the moment he left the room?
It's just good. It's good. It's good hand hygiene.
Nowadays, nobody would even think about it.
No.
Nobody would even think twice about this. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Yeah, so the NCAA stuff's coming up soon. We are picking all the way through the Super Bowl. Now, this next week, being the last week of the regular season, that will be our last jersey prize that gives away to the weekly winner. After that, it's everybody just fighting it out, trying to get first or second place in the pick'em. No more weekly prizes.
So you're
after
saying
that.
at the end of the regular season, the jerseys come to an end as well.
That is correct. That is
All
correct.
right.
We are so behind on the text line, and I really apologize. So let's get that going and clear it up. Last Optimist, who, by the way, won in Blender League 7 as Ignatius, says, I listened to the Westwood One broadcast last night. It was much better, than the ESPN. I watched the Manning cast, and I was ready to turn it off after Snoop, but my wife was like, no. Let's see how it goes with Aaron Rodgers. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
No.
So we're not out of the woods?
I think we might be, because he was so damn boring. She's like, okay, we're good. So, listen, we're not kidding when we tell you that the radio broadcast here on 1580 is far better than Steve Levy and these other jokers. And, I guess if you're sitting there to TV, you can do worse than the Manning brothers, but the Westwood One broadcast is just really damn good. That's where it feels like when a TV show shows a call, they're not giving you audio from Monday Night Football. They're giving you audio from our Monday Night Football. That tells the story. Every time Kevin Harlan does something with a squirrel. Okay, that didn't sound right. You know what I'm talking about. Good Kev says, good evening, gentlemen. Well, it's afternoon for us, Kev. He says, here's hoping I'm still accepted over your airwaves. Randy, some news today from the NASCAR world. Drew Blickensderfer, three-time race-winning Cup crew chief, most recently winning the 2021 Daytona 500 with Phoenix native Michael McDowell, signed on with Stewart Haas Racing as crew chief for the number 10 team of Eric Almirola.
Yeah.
Do you see this new pairing driving Almirola to the number 10 team a lift competitively this season? Given that Beckensderfer and have a history as they were paired together at Richard Petty Motorsports in the late 2016.
It's always good to have familiarity between your driver and the crew chief. You kind of know how to talk to each other. When you're, for example, when the crew chief is during the race, the heat of competition, the driver starts to get out of control a little bit and start to get angry. The crew chief can calm him down. The driver can communicate to the crew chief and speak a language the crew chief understands about what changes needs to be done to the car. I hate to see him leave, Michael McDowell, but hey, listen, that happens. That's going to happen. It is racing and it is a business. And I think this is going to be a competitive edge for Eric Almirola, who was right. I believe he was right there towards the end of the season of being really something to be dealt with. And I think going in with this next gen car, it's absolutely going to be an advantage for the number 10 Stewart Haas racing machine.
Sorry,
you didn't understand the thing I just said.
No, I looked up at the screen. I saw a shot of Baker Mayfield being picked up off the grass, and I swear I thought I saw his thong. Ugh.
Well, it's possible.
I gotta quit looking up at the TVs. I apologize.
Yeah.
Royale with Cheese says, Happy New Year's, guys. Had to drive through Tucson on my way back from El Paso yesterday. Can I get a shot of tequila to wash the pain of that experience away, please? Absolutely.
There you go.
Hefty Lefty says, third place is the most coveted for me. A lot of guys on Twitter were like, hey, won my 7th place trophy. All right. You get nothing for that. I'm sorry. But I'm glad everybody had fun.
I think those people are just excited to not be last, like me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dead last in the league. Thank God.
I think we should we might do this next year where whoever is last in the leagues all get put together in one loser league. That would be funny.
Well, it goes along with your philosophy of two bad teams that get together and play.
Sure.
It's actually a good game.
Sure. And they have to fight their way back into the regular leagues, not the Premier League. Oh, that would be me. Jagdog says, congratulations to Last Optimus, League 7. Beat me in the championship. Thanks to Chase from the Bengals. Damn it. Randy, could you pour him a victorious crown on the rocks for me, please, for the Last Optimus? Papa Mike says, since you guys took so much time off, I didn't think you picked this past weekend on air, Keon. You guys picked for like 2 weeks in a row?
Oh, I don't think we did. We just picked before we left.
For that 1 week, yeah.
December 23rd, we did all of our picks for the following week. We didn't do it for this past week, no.
King Kenton says, you know who makes 30 packs of beer? Bud, Miller, Coors. You know who doesn't make 30 packs? Every other beer. I don't know if that's true. I think Natty Light has, of course, that's not beer, though.
PBR, they make 30 packs.
Yeah. Boogie says Little Boogie was so mad that he lost last week in League 9, he didn't even care about the third place game. If only he tried this hard in algebra. I just wanted to win the third place game because I didn't want Moist One to beat me. That was the only reason I even bothered. Mars Bars 805 says, do I win anything, Jeffrey? Can I have an 805? Well, he can have an 805, but no, he shows me his score total for the 7th place game. So no, you get nothing for that. It's Taco Tuesday, and he says, go Raiders. Thunder Snow says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Glad you weren't fired. Appreciate that. We're always surprised we weren't
Happy to
fired.
be employed. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Says, so Janice in accounting, is that the one that replaced Jen? That is correct. We wanted to get a gal in who knew her stuff, but also her name started with a J.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, it makes it easier for the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
Teriyaki says, hello, gentlemen. Couldn't tune in till just now. Thanks, JOB. Found out I was recipient of the jersey in the Harmon Solar Pool. Is it okay if I donate the jersey to a deserving youth or the next charity event? Do you have a deserving youth in mind? We can probably help you out with that. But if you wanted to go into a charity event, I'm sure we can work something out there too. Whatever you want to do, man, it's your jersey. Berg says, based on knowledge, well, I worked in the Premier League. Well done, Keon. Listen, picking games versus
it's a different skill set.
Fantasy football, Berg.
And look, I actually did not draft a terrible team. It's just a decent team with no quarterback.
Yeah,
okay, I had Ryan Tannehill at one point, which was a disaster. I had Sam Darnold at one point, which was an even bigger disaster after that first 3 weeks. It was just not a good year.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I have no idea if this helps or hurts me. I'd say highest scorers for this last week get to move up. No, it wouldn't be for just the championship. It would be season scores and then also taking into account the playoffs as well, to see how you ended up in total as a champion of that league. But congratulations to you, Bakers, Cocky Hens. He says, hey, is there a prize involved also? Sorry, I was working. I missed that. Yeah, you're going to get $100 for winning your league right there. Big George says, Randy can stay because he's cool, but known Arizona sports hater Ralph should be thrown out of the Premier League. I don't think you understand how this works, George. No. Box of Screws says Blender League 2 was fun, but winning's always more fun. Hope I make it to the big league next year. Makes being a dumpster fire in game picks feel a little bit better. There you go, Box of Screws. And that you're right about that. Winning is always better than losing. Ukla says, did you fire Jen in accounting? No, she died. She died of death.
Oh boy. Here we go.
She was completely a fictional character, so it doesn't matter. I killed her. I killed her dead. Mr. Pringle says that big old cockburn is stomping up and down the hardwood tonight as Illini take on the mini scrotum golden shower. Jesus, Pringle.
Mini scrotum.
Hold. There's a lot going on there. Mini scrotum. Okay, we're just moving on. Hefty Lefty says the third place I want is the Pick'em contest. I want that 30-pack of Busch latte. I think you spelled light wrong, but Hefty Lefty, I got to go back and see how he's doing. That for those of you who don't know, Hefty Lefty at the beginning of the NFL season picked every single game ahead of time and hasn't touched it since. And he actually has done pretty well. He's in, I think, the top 25. And
he was doing really damn well the last time I checked. So
yeah, I got to go back and take a look at that. Mr. Wilbur says, nice job, Tempe basketball, for using COVID to not have to play the Wildcats. All you're doing is putting off the inevitable slaughter that will take place.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You might beat us at basketball, Wilbur, but you'll never beat us as bad at basketball as we have beaten you at football.
Yeah. Wow. All the wild kitties came out today on the Twitterverse. I saw that. Our old friend was on there. How convenient for Tempe to do this.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Jiggy says, I hope that Colts loss to the Raiders was the last game they lose this season. Jiggy, your words to God's ears. I hope you're right. I think there's no way they can lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the Colts will now be in the playoffs. After that, I honestly, I'm a Colts fan, not giving them a whole lot of hope to do much in the postseason, but when they're there, I'm going to root them on just like you, buddy. So hear to what you say there, Jiggy. All right, must take break. When we come back, let's talk about what happened last night. It was televised. I mean, I don't really know. I couldn't sell this. It was a game, I guess. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Wednesday at 1 p.m., Cardinals are back on the field to practice as they start to get ready for Week 18. I'll get you updated on injuries and the COVID situation. Let's look around the NFL league as a whole and get everything updated. Suns get back on the court and still have guys out for COVID. Let's update. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the Main Event Wednesday, 1 p.m. on 1580 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Dell's New Year event is here with up to $200 off on laptops with Intel Core processors. Check out the precision-crafted Dell XPS laptop with all the performance you need to unleash your creativity. Or game without limits with powerful Alienware PCs engineered for the ultimate gaming experience. Kick off 2022 by scoring incredible savings on accessories like webcams, monitors, gaming headsets, and more. Plus free shipping on everything. Just call 800-BUY-DELL. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Rosalie the Fantasy Girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about this free site called Big Zero, and it's a total game changer. Big Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Big Zero. Go to bigzero.com to sign up. And if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Big Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
Get the inside info before it becomes outside info.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter
At 1580 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on 1580-99.3, The Fanatic, your home for all kinds of sports. And we've got a lot this weekend, but I want to talk to you about the fact that Arizona has become an open betting state. And a lot of things have been happening there. Well, let me tell you one, FanDuel, who is an official partner of the NFL, and the number one sports book, is offering you opportunities to make money just for placing a bet. So now the Super Bowl is coming up, and we're all looking at the playoffs, and this is a great time to kind of get involved. So once you open up your FanDuel sports book, you could also be entered to win a Super Bowl 56 extravaganza. You get in the sports book. It could be your ticket to win. You got to refer a friend to the sports book. You'll be entered at a chance to win an all expense paid trip to Super Bowl 56 for two, not just one, but two. And your friend is also going to be entered. It's a great opportunity. And now's the time to jump in too.
Those other damn sports books, they'll only give you one ticket. You go by yourself, okay? You're not even allowed to talk to people. That's part of the small print. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. You go there, you sit in your seat, and you get the hell out of there, go home. And they're cruel, but not FanDuel.
Yeah. So FanDuel is giving you the opportunity to get an all expenses paid trip. Once your friend places any bet at $10 or more, you both get $50 as well. You'll be entered into the Super Bowl sweepstakes. If you've been thinking about getting involved in some of this online betting, this sportsbook betting, man, now's the time to do it. If you're new to FanDuel, you can sign up with promo code Randy1580. That's Randy1580. Get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000.
That's right. You got to go with Randy1580, because if you go with the other guys, what's going to happen is you're going to be sitting there. Somebody's going to accidentally hand you a second free drink, and then the FanDuel's competitors are going to come out and say, "Hey, spit that out. You only get one free drink. You should read the fine print before you enter our contest. This ain't FanDuel, Bubba." And then you're like, "Oh my God, I should have entered the FanDuel contest." Don't let this happen to you.
Yeah, don't let this happen to you. I like to use the FanDuel Sports. It's easy to use. You have great opportunities to make all sorts of different types of bets. They've got great offers for you. You get paid in as little as 2 hours when you win. So there's not a long waiting time. You'll see it go right to your account and you get paid. It's easy. It's painless. FanDuel, just go to sportsbook.fanduel.com, enter promo code Randy1580, and start having fun with this whole betting. I mean, it can be a lot of fun. If within reason here.
Yeah.
You got to get a budget.
What?
You get yourself, like we were talking to our pal Josh Applebaum.
Mm-hmm.
You get your money roll, get your bankroll, have your ideas, and don't get too crazy with it. But a FanDuel Sportsbook app, refer a friend for your chance to win Super Bowl 56 for 2. Remember, you got to be 21 and older and present in Arizona. Referred players must wager $10 plus within 28 days after signing up. Bonus issued as a site credit and is non-withdrawable, expires after 7 days. Restrictions apply, Jeffrey. Restrictions apply.
Yeah, they always do.
See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. No purchase necessary for the Super Bowl ticket promotion. Super Bowl promotion closes January 9th, so time's running out. And if you have a gambling problem, be serious here. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right. So, by the way, this is all very exciting. All this sports betting now happening in Arizona. People having a whole lot of fun with it. It's going crazy here. And if you think, oh, sports betting is never going to take off in Arizona, boy, are you wrong. It turns out in the first 2 months of legal sports betting, almost $1 billion, $1 billion have been placed. I guess in September, when they first opened this thing up, $291 million. In October, $486 million. And then it's just going to keep growing and growing. And hopefully that is a lot of people just having fun. And a lot of that, money can then get put back into the community as well from the deals and the taxes and the whatnot.
Yeah.
So all the way around, sports wagering in Arizona has been a very positive thing so far, and I think a lot of people are having a whole lot of fun. So
absolutely.
888-368-1580. Jiggy says, "You think the Colts can beat the Bengals?" That's what is shaping up to be there, Jeffrey.
Colts got to beat the Jaguars first. Let me answer that for you.
Okay, but then the inevitable happens. If they go up against the Bengals, I believe they've got a very good chance. I mean, here's the thing. Joe Burrow, he's a great quarterback. He's going to be a great quarterback, but he still can be gotten. You know what I mean? You can still get him shaken up, and the Colts have the defense to do just that. I'd say that the Colts have a pretty good chance at defensively beating the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bengals have pretty decent defense too, though, don't they?
Yeah, it's decent.
All right, we're screwed. Because I got Carson Wentz, so
I don't think it's as good as the Colts defense, though. I mean, the Colts are
doesn't matter. They listen. The Colts defense doesn't play the Colts offense. The Bengals defense plays the Colts offense. If the Bengals defense easily can stop Carson Wentz, if you ask me. Am I wrong?
I wouldn't say easily. I think that there are some things that the Bengals do where they have to sort of scheme themselves into getting pressure and getting sacks because they're not as filled out talent wise as they'd like to be. So that secondary can be had. It's just a matter of how accurate is Carson Wentz going to be that day.
How accurate is he any day? Yeah, I'd say it's a tough one, Jiggy. Probably, I don't know. Lost Toby says 36 packs or bust. Boy, you're telling me that everybody has 36 packs now? I don't know how it works. Boogie says, in Boogie's College Bowl, pick 'em and stick 'em clam bake. I'm winning, but Donnie and Keon are right behind me with 2 games left. I have LSU and Georgia. I like the 3-tier fantasy football league idea, by the way. Golden Blender Premier League, normal leagues, and the Golden Shower Loser League. Top 5 teams get to leave and go to normal leagues. I you know what? Yeah. I think we might do. I don't know. I'm going to call it the Golden Shower League. Just not. No.
Yeah.
But,
people put some of their high school age kids in these leagues, so you can't really. I don't think you can really go that far.
I think what we also need to do is make the people in the loser league pay. They have to pay to play. That's how bad it is.
And get out.
Wow. Now, if we do that, we'll never hear from these people again.
Exactly.
Thunder Snow says, Jen in accounting, gone too soon.
Yeah, no kidding.
Scratch Me Because says, I lost my league because I drafted Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I just realized he was the kid from the show Home Improvement, not the Colts running back. I made a horrible mistake. Yep. Rough Rob says, afternoon, guys. Glad everybody made it back from the holidays safe. Thanks, Rough Rob. Fish Tank says, I'm kind of scared I might be the worst team this year. My team was riddled with injuries, and if it's me and you cut a check for $25, I will take that thing to the bank and I will have a video of me cashing it. Yeah, yes. Have somebody else hold the camera because I want to see the whole thing. You know what I mean? Not selfie vision. Halfy Lefty says Bush Latte is a colloquial term for Bush Light. Oh, I see.
And not just the ramblings of an alcoholic who has Bush Light as his latte.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you make a latte from Bush Light? Can you pour it instead of water? You put that in with the coffee and make it a thing.
Ooh.
Did we just invent something?
It's possible
that no one would ever want. Yes, we did. Hefty Lefty says also, I'm hanging on the front page by the skin of my teeth. And Big Steve says, yeah, Hefty is in the 25 spot after last week. The fact he's even there is incredible.
Is incredibly impressive. Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, yeah, Jeffrey, it was my first year with the blender in fantasy football. Came in a respectable 5th place. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait for next year, Jeffrey. Randy, can I get a cold beer, please, for this Taco Tuesday? By the way, Screaming Eagle was in 3rd place in his league. And this is a guy who had never played fantasy football before either. And he had lots of questions. And it was like I felt like I was, teaching a young baby how to do things. And he's made me very proud. Screaming Eagle did have a hell of a season for never having played before in his life. And in Boomer Sooner, you too. Jiggy, thank you. Big George says, I think we can safely say, without jinxing the Colts beating the Jaguars, it's a lock. Now, if you listen to yesterday's Monday Night Football game, you'd think the Steelers have a good chance to make the playoffs, even though they need the Colts to lose to the Jaguars. Newsflash, not happening. Golly, I'll tell you what, though, it would be just a Colts thing to do to lose the Jaguars. It absolutely would be a very Colts thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the NFL. I'm convinced, especially when I hear Dale Hellestrate talk about it. He was in the league for a long time, and you can never go into a game and look past it. This is the NFL. These are professional football players.
Yeah.
And I listen.
I don't see the Colts doing that.
Well, I hope not. I hope these guys don't roll into Jacksonville and just go, okay, let's get this thing over with and move along.
Yeah, I don't see the coaches letting the players do that. But if the players do that, then yeah, it's a bad day for everybody. Chief Skulls Burner says, afternoon, gents. Randy, was that again FanDueling? Is that like
FanDuel? FanDuel at sportbook.fanduel.com. Enter the promo code Randy1580.
There you go. Chief Skulls Burner says, hey, if you can make beer broads, you can make beer latte, but make sure it's in a Starbucks cup because that's a tree hugging way to drink beer right there. SOL says, if you have a gambling problem, learn how to gamble better. Boogie says, gin and accounting is not gone. We're doing happy hour this week. Okay, Boogie. Okay. Boogie, okay. Just the Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Josh Applebaum's book tells you exactly how to wager with at least a modicum of success. So far, it's working for me. Another thing I noticed is that Vegas is not losing revenue. So the Arizona residents gaming online are probably a new portion of society that's never gambled before. That's you know what, you might be right. Just the Tip. You might be right. And Vegas had about $1.1 billion in bets in October alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arizona does half of that. Still, it ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's
come on. How many of us have been to Las Vegas? I mean, Keon, have you been to Las Vegas?
I haven't actually.
Okay. So hey, Jeffrey, have you been to Las Vegas?
Of course.
I've been there several times. The state of Arizona has been to Las Vegas. We know what's going on. People are not living under the rocks out here in the desert. We know what's going on in Vegas.
He's right,
Yeah, I haven't been here long enough to have gone to Vegas yet. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Fish Tank says, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, Jeffrey, but didn't the Colts lose to the Jags already? Or was that the Texans? That was the Texans. I remember a really bad loss early. There were 3 of them in a row, my friend. He says, no way they have another one like that, though. Yeah, you would not expect that. And whatever was happening earlier in the season, they seem to have gotten figured out. And, plus or minus 1 Carson Wentz. That's how you know you're going to win or lose. Plus or minus 1 Carson Wentz. That's all there is. Boogie says, you can brew coffee with beer. It's a cold brew process. Takes 24 hours. I'm going to try it right now. You go. Lost Toby says, in my $200 league, a guy who never played won the whole thing. And worse, he's a Cowboys fan.
Wow.
Mr. Pringle says, Beast Light is a colloquial term for Milwaukee's best light. Blue Thunder is a colloquial term for Old Milwaukee Light. Boy, am I sorry I asked. Mr. Wilbur says, is it wrong for me to fantasize about wanting to let Rosalie take all my money? Easy there, cowboy. She's a married
Take it
woman.
easy. Yeah, take it easy.
Skull says, when do I pick up my trophy, Jeffrey, so I can pay you? You don't get a trophy. You get $100. And if you're lucky, you might find yourself in the Premier League. That's not even a given because we've got 9 people and 4 slots. So stay tuned. We'll let you know. Lost Toby says, the Colts haven't won versus the Jags as a visitor since 2014. Yeah, we're aware of that. But this is now. I think we're fine. Everybody relax. Scratch Me Because says the same thing. He says, hey, nobody expected Cardinals versus Lions, Jeffrey. Oh, you guys are killing me. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's a lock.
It's a lock.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher. For the past year and a half, I've been telling you all about my friends over at Valley Medical Weight Loss, about how easy, affordable, and effective they are at helping you lose those unwanted pounds. I've done it. I've had a ton of friends that have gone through the program and lost a ton of weight as well. Now I want you to hear from just one of them.
After years of weight gain, including being quarantined for months, I was finally ready to get help from Valley Medical Weight Loss, and it worked. I've lost 65 pounds, I feel great, and most importantly, I now have a plan on how to keep the weight off forever, thanks to Valley Medical Weight Loss. Don't just take my word for it, try it yourself.
We all hope things are getting back to normal. Now you too can lose the weight you want, even if it's just that last 20 pounds. Valley Medical Weight Loss, 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Phoenix, and Glendale, all walk-in clinics, fast, affordable options for you to lose that weight now. By the way, mention my name, mention this radio ad. You'll get your first week absolutely free. Go to valleymedicalweightloss.com.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
It went in.
The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2022 Waste Management Phoenix Open, presented by Taylor Morrison, February 7th through the 13th at TPC Scottsdale. Get full tournament info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
Dell's New Year event is here with up to $200 off on laptops with Intel Core processors. Check out the precision-crafted Dell XPS laptop with all the performance you need to unleash your creativity. Or game without limits with powerful Alienware PCs engineered for the ultimate gaming experience. Kick off 2022 by scoring incredible savings on accessories like webcams, monitors, gaming headsets, and more. Plus free shipping on everything. Just call 800-BUY-DELL. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at chicagofestwest.com today.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K2.4 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Today, okay, we went a whole hour and didn't even talk about last night's game.
Was there really something to talk about?
Well, turns out there are some things that bear mentioning, okay? It was a garbage game, and it was sad. It was sad to see the Browns that
No,
bad.
it wasn't sad. It was emotional.
It wasn't emotional at all. All I could think is why did this guy get to play football for this long? He's hot garbage. Ben Roethlisberger is garbage. Anyway, so here are the things that happened last night that do bear mentioning. One is TJ Watt's 4 sacks. How about that? This guy was on fire last night. Now he's a sack and a half away from taking down Michael Strahan's record that has stood for 20 years. 1 sack illegitimately, though, because of the Brett Favre sort of going, oh no, don't, to help him get the record. I've always hated that. I like Michael Strahan, and I kind of half think he could have gotten that legit without Brett Favre's help.
I think he could have too. I don't think Michael Strahan would even have wanted his help, but he didn't ask, and Brett Favre was just like, "I'll just do it for him because, the game or something."
Because Strahan's a super nice guy, and of course, but no, Brett, you should not have done that. Many things you should not have done, like hit send on that picture to that gal, and continually retire, unretire, that and laying down for Michael Strahan.
And not paying back the state of Louisiana for whatever PSA he was supposed to record for them or whatever.
Still, I don't think he's paid it back.
I don't think he has either. Yeah.
All right, so that happened, and I would think who the Steelers play next, by the way. Who they play next? Because I feel like TJ Watt can get this. I think I really am kind of pulling for him to get this. Not that I care about the Steelers.
Oh, I think he can. Let's see here. Hold on. They've got the Ravens. So if it's not Lamar and it's Tyler Huntley out there, it's possible he could catch him.
So we'll see what happens. I think there's word that Lamar Jackson can come back this week. I thought I saw something out there that said he might come back.
Well, he started working out, light workouts. I don't think they're going to rush him at any time soon.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see or we won't see. But TJ Watt, a sack and a half away from holding the long-held record. Also, Mike Tomlin now has set the NFL record for 15 consecutive non-losing seasons to begin a coaching career. So there you go. Who had the record before him, though? I don't know who had the record before him, but it doesn't matter because it's Mike Tomlin now. And so the Steelers, as you already know, beat the Browns 26-14. Browns just could not get anything figured out. It just goes back to one singular truth, and that is when you live in a stadium, you're not going to play well. When you live in a football stadium, you're never going to be quite right.
Jeffrey, he doesn't really live there in the stadium.
Well, that's the only thing that makes sense. But outside of even that, Baker Mayfield's just not a very good quarterback.
There was a couple of times I was noticing Baker Mayfield walking on the field or whatever, behind the center, whatever he was doing. And did you guys notice all the extra padding that he had on last night?
Almost as much as Kyler Murray.
Aside from the shoulder sling that he has on his left arm because of the torn labrum, it's labrum, Jeffrey.
What
labrum?
I didn't say anything.
He also had this rib cage protectant padding the flak jacket, I guess you could call it, on. Oh my God!
Do you think that he legitimately has a case to be like, okay, as he said, I've been beaten the hell up. I'm having surgery. And by the way, he played his last game of the season last night.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
that, right?
done.
Yeah, he's going to have surgery on his labia and get that fixed up. But no reason for him to continue, right? I mean, where are the Browns in the playoff race?
They're eliminated, I believe.
Yeah, hold on, let me see here. Which they're in the NFC, right? Hold on.
They're in the AFC.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see here. NFC, AFC doesn't matter. They suck.
Yeah, they're out. I mean, they're 12th.
Hold on, I want to see it for myself.
Well, okay, I'll answer your other question.
Oh yeah, they're out.
Which is the most consecutive non-losing seasons before Mike Tomlin got the record was Marty Schottenheimer.
Of course it was.
With the Chiefs.
How about that?
Of course it was. But I've got it right here. The Browns out of the playoffs.
They're out of the playoffs. Yeah.
Later.
What about the Ravens? What about the Ravens? Are the Ravens still contenders for a playoff spot?
They're in the AFC. Hold on.
Yeah, the AFC.
Yes.
They are.
Yes, they are still in the hunt. They're at the bottom of that barrel, and Yeah.
Then if
not
there's
likely, but
if there's
a chance.
any way Lamar Jackson can play, I have a feeling because they are still in contention to get a playoff spot. I would imagine they're going to run him out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the NFL likes to do the thing with the schedule where they move around the games, so you don't necessarily know. So you don't have teams going, okay, well, we're already eliminated, so we're not going to try because we're in that second slot of games. But the Ravens also have contract stuff to do with Lamar Jackson. The future of Lamar Jackson with the Ravens and how much money they're going to pay him. If there's a chance he might be injured playing, he also may not play. So I don't know exactly what the Ravens are going to decide to do.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but the Washington football team has been eliminated.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's thank you.
Just want to make sure you knew that.
They are.
My question is, Keon, I want to ask you this. My question is, if you're the Baltimore Ravens, if you're
the Washington
Harbaugh,
football team,
I know that. This is just one of those what ifs. If you were the Baltimore Ravens and you know Lamar Jackson he's kind of dinged up, do you run him out there knowing that you still have an opportunity, a small window to get in the playoffs? Do you run him out there if you're the head coach of the football team?
I think I do, just because John Harbaugh, I mean, people forget, but before last season, they were talking about firing him. And then, of course, the Ravens actually had that fantastic year, and John Harbaugh's turned things around. But like it was iffy there after that first season of Lamar going into season number 2. So if I'm the Ravens and John Harbaugh, I play him and try to win the game and see if we can't make some magic happen in the playoffs. But it could be the general manager's call, where the general manager looks at it and goes, "This is a long-term guy that we're going to have to pay large money to, because that's just what you do for quarterbacks. And if we break him now, we could end up paying a guy who isn't that great for us because we put him in a position to get hurt."
I'd say in a more kinder way, there's no reason to risk Lamar Jackson if you don't feel like you can go very deep. If you're like, we get into the playoffs, well, by God, we want to get into the playoffs. Well, yeah, you guys aren't going to go very far. So why risk that right now? You clearly need more pieces than you have a good quarterback. You need more pieces. You need an O-line that keeps them from getting murdered. You need some receivers. You need some help out there. So I wouldn't risk my franchise quarterback on this game, or even trying to push hard to get in the playoffs at this point. I'd start working on fixing up this team before you even think about that. Because let's say he goes out there, tough guy that he is, and he gets even further hurt, like Keon said, or whatever. And then let's say you do get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now what? You got to go back to your backup? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot there. I mean, it is the human nature of a football team and player. Put me in. I'm ready. I don't care what's broken, what's hurt. We are this close. We want to win this. And you have all the respect for the world. And looking at a GM, I'm not thinking that they're thinking, oh, well, we can't get as much for him later if this, or it's just a purely Machiavellian thought process. The other part is it worth risking this guy who we already know is a franchise quarterback if it's not going to mean that much in the next few weeks?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. If I'm John Harbaugh and I feel like this team's not going to go deep, there's no way I'm going to run him out there.
I think part of the reason people are wanting to fire him is because, he kind of looks like his brother.
Well, yeah.
It's just a reflex.
Yeah.
You just see that face, the Harbaugh face, and you just
Jim jerk face Harbaugh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about him now, can I? Sheriff Tom says a Chicago weekend in March. Bulls are at the Suns on the 18th. Chicago Fest West in Mesa is the 19th. I'll see you in the VIP area. All right.
Wow.
You go, Sheriff Tom. All right.
Wow.
Likes him from Chicago. Baby Got Dak says, hey, guys, Happy New Year. Here's something for Arizonans to be proud of. Arizona has broke the national record for most sports bets in the first few months, over $1 million a day. There you go, Baby Got Dak. Yeah, people, I guess, been wanting this for some time, and hopefully everybody's having a fun time with it. Thunder Snow says Baker Mayfield has a long road to recovery from that torn labia. Yeah, it's gonna. How long is the recovery on that torn labia? when you have the surgery and stuff? Is it
6 months?
So he will be right back. Is it his throwing arm? I thought it was his
No,
left arm.
It's his left arm.
What does he need his left arm for? Get your ass out there and play, Baker.
I mean, he did. He played the whole season with it.
Why all of a sudden now? Oh, that's right.
They're
Because
eliminated.
they're
Yeah,
eliminated.
when he thought they had a chance, he kept trying to come back and play. I thought that they should have shut him down before this, because even though it's a non-throwing shoulder, it basically your shoulder's just kind of hanging there, and when you're trying to run, it's incredibly painful. I mean,
did you tear a labia?
No, I have not.
Labrum.
Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, Randy, please continue to help Jeffrey with his anatomy homework. He really needs help.
Yeah.
Scratch me because says TJ Watt has 21 and a half sacks this year. Derek Watt has 1 carry for 1 yard this year.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess he probably won't come around for mini dinners here.
He's a fullback though, so
oh yeah, fullbacks block.
Yeah, you're not asking him to carry the rock 7 or 8 times in a game.
Run in front of the guy carrying the rock is what you do. Senior Wake and Bake says, Randy, Kyler Murray was reversing for Charlie and Chocolate Factory play. What? I don't understand that. What does that even mean?
Just
Fish Tank says the Jags only win in London, people, against other Florida teams as time expires from 55 yards out.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
Sorry, Fish Tank.
Chief Skulls Burner says, natty light is a colloquial term for throw up. Okay. Hefty Lefty says 9 people with only 4 slots. There are movies online with way worse odds than that. What? Mr. Pink Eye says, welcome back, guys. Were you guys off? No, we were here the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah. Welcome back, Mr. Pink Eye. You missed some amazing shows.
Yep.
888-368-1580. So, by the way, another record was done last night by the Steelers, of course, not the Browns. Najee Harris, he passed Franco Harris for franchise rookie rushing record, which is really weird because a Harris beat a Harris.
That is pretty weird. It's also pretty damn impressive when you consider how bad the Steelers' offensive line was this entire season.
Of course, you look at the Colts, two Erics as running backs in the past. They've gotten in the Ring of Honor too. So I don't know. Don't know if it means anything, but Franco Harris had 1,055 rushing yards in 14 games as a rookie. Najee has rushed for 1,085 yards in 16 games. Now, there's something about that though. And I hate to say I agree with Cooper Kupp on anything because he was not that much brighter than Jared Goff. If you remember watching the, Hard Knocks or something there where they were like, which way does the sun set? But he has come out and said something that I have to say I absolutely 1,000% agree on. And Cooper Kupp is saying 17 game records should be separated from the previous records. Because it's not right. If we get 17 games to do what they got to do in 16, it's not right. He says what they did. He says it's not right to break that in 17 games, and I agree on 1,000%.
No, it makes all the sense in the world. You're adding an entire game, and we already know the guys are bigger and stronger and faster than they used to be. Your sports medicine is already different, and now you're adding another game to these guys. Yeah, they're going to shatter records that would have stood normally.
Yeah. And by the way, if you in a modern day do it in 16 games, then you can put it, you can say you broke that guy's record in 16 games. But if it takes you 17 games, there should be the little 17 by it, like a footnote number, not an asterisk, but a little 17 there. So everybody knows, sure, you have that record, but you did it in 17 and let the 16 game record hold as well. Make sure everybody knows that. I think that is a very fair way of doing these things. Scratch me because says Jim Brown was a fullback. Different day. It was a different day for fullbacks.
We throw the ball much more, and so fullbacks have been reduced in the NFL. There are teams that don't even carry a fullback anymore. So for a fullback to be on the roster and still needed is impressive in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Hefty Lefty says they should separate 16 game records from 14 game records too. Yeah, I got no problem with that.
Well, I mean, if you're going to do that, then you got to separate the 14 game record from the 12 game records.
Well, there's got to be a line, Randy. I mean, how far back are we going to go with this? There's a lot of rules and stuff that have changed. And then we started to pass the ball. Okay. Hamilton Porter says, okay, so did Maris really break the Babe's record since he got more games to do it? Well, here's the thing. I would mark the date of those records of when everyone was allowed to play. So I don't care what you do with Babe Ruth's record. Once everybody was included in the game, that's when it should start. Now, after that, if there were more games to do certain things, I think it could be noted. I mean, it's only fair, right?
I mean, it sounds fair to me. I mean, you
have your eras. Okay, in this era, this person had the most wins in this many games. Then you start the next era. Then you start the next era when there's rule changes and when there's expansion. Sound fair, guys?
Yeah, I think that sounds more than fair.
And if somebody does it in a short number of games, then they can hold the records of the past. Fair enough.
And as a footnote, yes, I agree with that. As a footnote, I heard somewhere, I may have read this online, that the MLB is now bringing in, including all of the Negro leagues, all of those stats, all of those records are going to be inclusive in all of Major League Baseball.
That's great. That's great. But I don't care about the stats before. I mean, if they
no, I understand that, but I'm saying they're all going to be inclusive now.
Even in those time periods. Yes,
they're all going to be included.
Yeah. I mean, that's nice, but it would have been better if everybody had been allowed to play.
Well, of course.
To really get an idea.
That would have been optimal.
That was the era then.
Right.
And then we moved on to a new era.
Yeah. Well, it's a nice gesture, but it's always better when everybody's in the game.
It's the right thing, for sure.
Though it is one of those things where I'm like, why did this happen now and not several years ago? When
100% agree with you.
It's just because we've known that the Negro Leagues have had some really impressive players who put up awesome numbers. It's just weird that it took so long to get to the point where we're going to include those numbers and those records in the grand overall record book.
Yeah, where's this been the last 60 years? Martin Luther King gave a speech and it took you 60 years to get to this point. You're going to pat yourself on the back for delayed doing things right? I'm sorry, I'm not impressed.
I don't think anybody was patting them on the back. I was just mentioning that it's about time. It's about damn time.
No, it's always about, listen, we got 400 years of about time. Okay. So no, I am not going to start going, good for you, when it takes this damn long to get it right.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad it finally happened, but
yes,
it could have happened in 2010 and 2000 and 1990 and 1980 and what were we waiting for exactly?
That's what I'm saying. Mr. Pringle says, will OJ's record for most homicides in one night still stand for a 17-game season?
Wow.
I think so. I believe so, Mr. Pringle.
I sure hope so.
Well, we don't know.
Need two OJs.
We don't know Aaron Hernandez's stats.
That's okay.
Those went with him to the grave.
I understand they're still hanging around somewhere.
Oh no. I love how I'm the dark comedy guy, and yet you seem to one-up me lately. I
just comes to me. I think it's because I hang around you way too much.
All right, must take break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Hit the
button. This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Dell's New Year event is here with up to $200 off on laptops with Intel Core processors. Check out the precision-crafted Dell XPS laptop with all the performance you need to unleash your creativity. Or game without limits with powerful Alienware PCs engineered for the ultimate gaming experience. Kick off 2022 by scoring incredible savings on accessories like webcams, monitors, gaming headsets, and more. Plus free shipping on everything. Just call 800-BUY-DELL. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At the Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
The field is called a gridiron. The ball is called a pigskin. The quarterback is called a field general.
Y'all know what time it is?
And the kicker?
Well, they just call him a kicker.
Come on, dude! Hey, this is football. The NFL plays here. Catch all the primetime games, playoff, and Super Bowl 56 on your home for the NFL.
Let's go now.
1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, we've got a lot of football this weekend. This time of year gets really interesting. You know, the playoffs, you'll have Saturday games and Sunday games, some Monday games too now. Of course, they'll be here on 1580, The Fanatic. But yeah, on Saturday, we've got a couple of games because the GCU game is going to be on The Fanatic. The first game on Saturday, Chiefs at Broncos. That's going to be 2 p.m. over on Money Radio. Then on Saturday evening at 6 p.m., you got Cowboys and Eagles on 1580 The Fanatic. Then on Sunday in the morning, Titans at Texans. And Sunday night football is Chargers at Raiders. So all kinds of NFL football for your ear hole here on 1580 The Fanatic. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for something we haven't done in a while. It's time for Keon Rose's 4 Downs. Did I say that right?
You
it's been
did.
a while. It's been a while
Yes,
since we did it.
It's been a while. There's been a lot of rust.
On the hot seat.
On the hot seat, though.
The hot seat.
The hot seat will be coming at the end.
I'm on the hot seat.
Let's start just with first down.
Hot seat.
And it's not very hot seat related, but I'll tell you something right now.
Could be a hot seat involved. I've read the question.
Why does that sound like those old Budweiser commercials or Bud Light commercials with the
Real Men of Genius?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably pull that off.
So let's just get to brass tacks. Who had this past weekend?
Get to what?
Brass tacks.
Oh,
brass.
brass.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow. And any other kind of taxes you could.
Keon's kinky.
That is between you and your internet service provider. I have no comments on it
What is Keon
whatsoever.
doing with that? I mean,
So
if there's ever an ass tax, you know, Keon will be a new tax bracket.
Listen, just because I have a big butt.
That's not what I meant.
And I cannot lie.
Oh my God. Sorry. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay. First down. First down.
Trying to, but apparently we had a false start.
All right.
So here it is. Who had the worst performance of the weekend?
Dolphins.
You mean
it could be player, it could be team.
Oh, you didn't say that in the thing.
I tried to leave it as open-ended as possible. Yeah, it could be player, it could be team. Who had the worst performance?
It fits. Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins looked horrible. I mean, you expect Jacksonville and Houston to be bad, so their level of bad, is norm. Dolphins, you expected more out of, and golly, Tua just looked horrific. So I'm going to say the Tua and the Dolphins altogether looked horrible.
Randy?
You know, I'm thinking through this, and it's going between a couple of different teams here and a couple of different coaches. And I'm going to go with Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys.
What?
Because they were so flat and they made no adjustments to what was going on with the Cardinals until the fourth quarter. The game was out of reach for 3.5 quarters, and then all of a sudden they lit the candle and got going and tried to make a comeback. So I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys, who had an opportunity here to win the game and to really put a hurt on the Cardinals, and they did not. So give me Mike McCarthy and the Cardinals, and the Cowboys for the win.
That is okay. That's kind of a sneaky, interesting choice there, because I was really disappointed at how bad Dak looked for like the first half of that game.
So,
it was just unbelievable how in a big game like that you could come out flat. But I'm going to go with Mike Glennon and the New York Football Giants.
Damn it! I forgot about this.
That is, I was rewatching some of the highlights yesterday, and I don't know if I've seen anybody play quarterback that badly in the last couple of seasons. It was truly an awful performance. He looked lost and bewildered, like he hadn't played the game before, but he's been a backup forever. So I don't know how that's possible. To me, it's just going to be Mike Glennon. I mean, the Giants were overall bad, but he specifically.
Yeah, and now he's having surgery, I think, in his hand or something. And they're like, okay, whatever.
Sure.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. He's a very rich man.
We're not going to re-sign you ever again. He may not be a legend on the field, but he's a legend on the bank, in the bank of that Mike Glennon. So
I bet he's got the hottest pipe. Somebody look that up. I think I'm right.
Check that out a little bit later. But let's keep rolling on to second down, where we've got the impending, Black Monday coming up, where your coaches are just going to be axed left and right. Some coaches, of course, have already been removed from duties.
Duties. Duties.
Which coaching vacancy or soon to be vacancy is the best job for a new coach?
What do you say, Randy?
Cardinals?
I would say
that it's a lock. I would say the Jacksonville Jaguars, and here's why. It's sort of a raw piece of clay. You've got a lot of things that you can do. You already have a quarterback in there that can be, if developed correctly and given the right tutelage and the right leadership, can be a superstar in this league. We've already seen what he can do at the college level, and I think the kid has all the tools to be a star in this league. So I would have to say Jacksonville. I think that would be a great launching spot for a new coach.
I feel like there's a lot broken there. If I were a new coach and I wanted to grab a team, had the good parts to it, had some good ownership, at least people who are willing to spend money. I'm thinking the Vegas Raiders. I feel like the Raiders would be a good place to go. He's creepy as all hell, but damn if Davis does not support his people even to a fault and provide them with the money they need to do what they need to do. It needs another GM in there, I think. But I'd be eyeballing like the Vegas Raiders, maybe the Broncos. I don't know, Keon, who do you got?
Oh, the Broncos are probably a good one. I was actually going to say the Vikings, who are 7-9. They've got a pretty good defense. I feel like if at any point Mike Zimmer gave a damn this season, they probably win 2 more games, and they're 9-7 at this point instead of 7-9. And who knows? They lost so many games on last second field goals, last second plays. That there's actually a good team in that Viking squad. I just think that they needed a coach who gave a rip, and that was not Mike Zimmer this season.
Except for one thing. Let's take both our choices. Okay. Vegas, showgirls, nightlife, good weather. Vikings, cold, and people who talk funny. You know what I'm saying? Hey, which one looks better to you right now?
Look, the Vegas job does look a little bit better. If you're going to take the whole thing.
Yeah, sure. Come on down. I'll give you some cheese curds, and, it'll be nice. I mean, listen, I did a year in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. You take the Raiders, Keon. You take the Raiders.
All right, we're taking the Raiders, and we're moving right along. So let's go ahead and get to third down. This is
on the hot seat.
Really subjective. Just your opinion watching guys play this season. Which quarterback wide receiver duo was your favorite duo to watch this season?
I hate to say this because I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Adams, holy God. You can't deny the MVP talent of Aaron Rodgers, even though he's a complete walking douche in a bag. But when he's on the field and he has telepathy with Devontae Adams, that is for me. Anytime there's a Packers game on, I kind of want him to lose, but I kind of want Devontae Adams to win. And damn it if he doesn't do it every time. Randy?
Probably the obvious choice for me would be Burrow to his
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of Bengals games because
Well, there's something special there happening in Cincinnati. If they get a few offensive linemen in there and they can shore up that defense with maybe a real leader on that defensive side of the football, this team could be dangerous.
I wish I'd watched more of those games, Randy. You're absolutely right, because I'd rather watch the kid from Home Alone, making Jamar Chase a star than watching old double douche check. I like Devontae Adams, but stupid Aaron Rodgers.
But I do think that there's something to what you said about the Rodgers-Adams telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the McAfee podcast, and Aaron Rodgers was on it. And he was talking about a play that they ran where Adams actually changed the route, and they both knew it before the play started because the safety was out of position. And if Adams ran the route that was originally called, it would have probably been an interception. But he changed the route too, and Rodgers just zipped it right into
That's
him.
amazing.
I mean, they're just on the same page constantly. It's really incredible to watch. I'm going to go. Chargers, Justin Herbert and Mike Williams have a really good connection. I know that there was a couple of weeks there where Mike Williams kind of disappeared, but for most of the season, and especially this past Sunday, the Mike Williams connection with Justin Herbert, there's something there. Mike Williams can go fast, rip the top off the defense, and Herbert's arm is just incredible and just highlights everything that Mike Williams does really, really well.
Fair enough.
So let's get to fourth down.
So far, though, I think I'm winning, though. I feel like I'm winning with my answers.
I don't think you can win 4 downs.
No,
It's
I think
really
I've totally won the first 3 downs.
I mean, if anything, I don't know. Did you win first down? Because I had Mike Lennon.
No, I don't. I said
worst
Dolphins and Tua. So
that's a really
that was
good,
bad.
That's a strong choice, though.
Yeah.
Tua imploded in a way that I didn't think was possible.
Yeah. I got the Raiders. I got Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. You guys can't touch my score right now. I'm sorry.
Just let him be.
Okay.
Just let him be.
All right.
Just let him be.
You're winning, Jeffrey.
I know.
So let's go ahead and get to fourth down on the hot seat.
No, Keon. It's just fourth down.
I think it's on the hot seat.
Is it about the hot seat?
On the
hot seat.
It's a hot seat question.
All right.
And
Okay. He's on the hot seat.
And so here it is. You are lost in a shadow dimension. It might as well just be hell. You have to watch a football game.
The hell kind of game?
One is broadcasted by Steve Levy. The other is broadcasted by Troy Aikman.
Oh no!
Who do you choose?
Well, hold on. Okay, so it's only Steve Levy and only Troy Aikman.
I said hell. I feel like I'm accurately describing.
So Joe Buck is not with Troy Aikman. Just Troy Aikman alone.
Oh, sorry.
And Steve Levy alone.
No, it is Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. It is the Monday Night Football ESPN crew with Levy. In fact,
so it's those crews.
Yeah, it's those crews. To be clear,
Randy, you go first. I can't.
Wow.
I don't know if I can.
We have to pick one of the two.
Yeah.
You do.
God, can I opt out of this question? Can I just take? Can I take the booby prize?
I have a question. How many bullets are in the gun?
I said I was describing hell. There is no gun.
Damn it!
I'll be honest with you. All kidding aside, I would have to go with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman because God, Levy just drives me up a wall.
Yeah. Okay. Joe Buck is drolled. Troy Aikman is droller. But Steve Levy is really properly annoying. I've watched enough games with Buck and Aikman. I can get through that. I don't think I can get through another Steve Levy game. So Randy and I are in full agreement.
I don't know. I want to agree with you, but I actually got really mad this weekend watching the Cardinals game because Ward had that incredible catch where he pinned the ball on that other guy's helmet.
Right. That was awesome.
If you had just listened to the broadcast, and I only noticed this because I was on in the morning with Bruce and Dale yesterday, and Bruce played the clip.
Bragging.
You would have no way of knowing what catch just occurred and how amazing it was. There would be,
You know why? Because it wasn't a cowboy. That's why.
I guess, but like it was just the most, and the boy advances the ball to first down. Like you wouldn't even have known that a catch took place. It bothered me so much. At least Levy emotionally tries. I mean, not well, but he tries. I'm gonna go with the ESPN Monday Night Crew over Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. I could not believe how dryly he delivered that.
Yeah, I understand. Joe Buck is extremely dry. Yeah, he is. He's as dry as a piece of stale, unbuttered toast.
Joe Buck is as dry as every woman he talks to.
Wow. But, however, wow, how do you recover from that? I mean, when I hear Steve Levy say anything, I want to throw something at my TV.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's a mute button in hell. No, probably not.
No, it's like the seventh circle of Dante's hell. You're supposed to suffer. It's the point. So that's it. That's 4 downs.
According to my tabulations, I won again.
Yeah,
I've won the 4 downs. With
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good Cat says, "What's up, guys? Jeffrey wins 4 downs like he wins cancer walks. Absolutely right. I won that too. So, whatever. 888-368-1580. Mr. Wilbur says, if Randy's giving away booby prizes, I'll take a couple. Ookla says, I want a booby prize. Papa Mike says, he's answered these questions too this entire time. He says, Raiders, you are correct, Jeffrey. Burrow Chase, you are correct, Randy. Troy Aikman, Joe Buck. So he agrees with both of us. So there you go. Papa Mike likes to play along, whether you ask him to or not.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. In fact, he was very involved, and he sent an email today about Keon Rose's college football dance party. Hey, what's the current status of all that? Did he beat you, or did you win?
If I'm not mistaken, the way I understood the email, because Papa Mike has actually done a better job of keeping track of my own picks than me.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I know. I am definitely aware. So there were a lot of games canceled, but because I had one less loss, I think we had the same amount of picks right for the bowl picks.
Mm-hmm.
But I had one less loss. I've got like the half game up kind of deal. So I don't. It more or less.
You don't feel like you've won, but you've won.
Yeah, because I think we had basically the same amount of correct picks.
Okay. Well, listen. let me just say this. Take it. Take the W. Okay. If you got the W, take the W. Don't feel bad about it. You keep your chin up high, Keon. You keep your chin up high.
Yeah. And I'm doing pretty well in the overall bowl pick. So that was pretty nice.
Papa Mike says, I lost to Keon by 1 pick. That's what he says.
Okay. Yeah. Then
you win.
Then I win. Well, we've got the, what is it? We've got the national championship where I'm still taking Georgia to beat Alabama.
Wow. You're taking Georgia.
I am. Something's got to give with this Nick Saban. None of his coaching disciples ever managed to beat him. I'm sorry. Kirby Smart has had way too many cracks at this, and he has an all-world defense. I'm going to take Georgia.
I think Senior Wakenbeck may have lost his mind. Here's his latest text. Hey, Jeffrey, Mr. Funny Pants. Not my fault if an extended car ride makes you toss cookies. Please read my goddamn texts. Does anybody know what that's about?
I don't know what that means.
Here's the text before that. Have a crap sandwich, but please eat a mint after. Why? Remind me why I have to read all of your texts.
We do as many as we can.
Got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the playoff picture and also get caught up on the text line. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona.
Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia
Keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene.
You need to tune in
to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned.
That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940. 623-875-9940. Or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
Tonight, it's the premiere of 2 new comedies on NBC.
First, the comedy critics are calling the next The Office.
American Auto, starring SNL's Ana Gasteyer.
What are you doing to my car?
I'm stealing your hubcaps. It's fine. I'm the new CEO.
Then it's Grand Crew.
The comedy critics rate is this generation's Friends.
I'm going to ask Alicia to marry me. What? Seriously, dude? I've had almond milk in my fridge longer than you've been with Alicia.
American Auto and Grand Crew.
Premiere tonight on NBC.
I represent low-cost airlines, and we know a lot of you are not traveling right now, and we understand. However, if you do need to travel between now and the end of the year, now is a great time to lock in some of the lowest prices we've seen in a lifetime. Hey, in normal times, we can save you up to 75%, but now airlines are practically giving away seats. We have inside deals on over 500 airlines. Here are a few sample round-trip deals we found. Seattle to Vegas, $35. Chicago to Atlanta, $85. Los Angeles to Atlanta, $100. Of course, there are some limitations, but the airlines want your business right now. And cancellation and change fees are flexible. So fly somewhere this year, book now, save a ton, call right now.
802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
Get your college game on. Get ready for the fight songs. Get ready for the traditions. Get ready for the rivalries. It's college football.
He's gone. There he goes. Through the line. He'll take it to the house, 90 yards.
And we've got the games you want to hear.
College football lives on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Hey, welcome back to the Daily Blender here on 1580 99.3, The Fanatic. You guys have heard me talk about FanDuel, their sportsbook app that they have that's out. It's first of all, it's the FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. Which means that you can rest assured your bets are going in a trustworthy place. It's an app that's really easy to use. Trust me, I'm a new bettor. Okay, so I gotta have an app that doesn't have all the science. It just gives me the straight and easy to understand, and the app is all about that. It's easy to register. It makes it easy for you to deposit money. And even now, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm just finding out that now you can use Venmo to deposit and to download your withdrawals, which, by the way, FanDuel pays your winnings in as little as 2 hours. There are all kinds of boost specials that are happening during the week, even super boost specials. So you can take advantage of that when you're on the app. And live betting, Jeffrey, it's easy to place a bet in the middle of the game. So maybe you're watching a basketball game and you want to go in and you want to take a specific route on a specific player to score a specific amount of points. You can place that bet right there on the app, and it's easy to do. So when you're talking NBA, it's FanDuel. You're talking NFL, it's FanDuel. FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. So download it today. You can get the sportsbook app, sign up using the promo code Randy1580. That's going to give you a little bonus there. Get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. That's Randy1580 when you download the sportsbook app and you register. Use the promo code Randy1580. Remember, you got to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. The first online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
You know, I was just thinking about this in-game betting thing.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've been watching? I'm like, oh, watch, this is going to happen, and then it happens.
Well, and there you go.
How fast is the that? I mean, how much time do I have?
It's pretty quick. I don't know exactly minutes and seconds, but you can place the bet very quickly using the app. If you see a certain trend, you can look it up and
They
you
got
can go
prop
bang.
bets like that too. Like,
Bruce
Arians about to curse at a ref. I get yeah.
I don't know about that.
That'd be fun.
Will Bruce Arians pass out from cursing out the referee?
Can you believe he's got a torn Achilles tendon and he's still out there on the field getting hassled by clown ass Antonio Brown and trying to coach a game? That's fairly amazing.
Did he have the surgery already? Is he in the walking boot?
No. I think he's trying to.
Kidding.
He's trying to hang in because he feels if he has that surgery, and he says, if I need it, I'm going to get it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
But he doesn't want to do it because he'd probably take him off the sidelines. You know, but they got a good coaching staff there. But you know, you don't want to mess with a winning formula while it's working though either.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, but FanDuel's got all sorts of prop bets for you. The guy setting up parlays is really easy. It's like point and click. I mean, your selections are right there and just bang, bang, bang. So,
hey, what's your code again? I might get in on that.
Randy 1580. When you register, after you download the app, you got to register your account. Randy 1580.
I think when you type in Randy 1580, you should talk to the guys over there. It should pop up with you going, "It's a lock."
No, see that? No,
I think that'd be great.
No, that would be a nightmare.
888-368-1580. So here's the thing about Senior Wake and Bake. Sometimes he says stuff I just can't repeat. And then he gets mad if I don't read it. He doesn't understand why. He's Senior Wake and Bake. So his latest text is, I'm pounding down quarter pounds at a tremendous rate because I get stoned like a sinner and bake like a cake. Is that a rap line or is he just making that up?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Senior Wake and Bake might put you on pause for a minute. 888-368-1580. Mr. Wilbur says, okay, enough of the off-color humor. Let's talk playoffs. I prefer to play Philadelphia, but a lot of things have happened for the Cardinals to play the Eagles in the first round. Randy, your thoughts? He's watching. Look at Mr. Wilbur trying to produce the show here. I guess the thought is, do you want to play the Eagles first or what?
Well, I think listen, my Cardinals will take on anybody, anytime, anywhere. Doesn't matter. Eagles, Cowboys, doesn't matter. We'll take them.
You'd rather have the Eagles. I think he'd rather.
I don't know. They're playing pretty damn good football right now.
The Eagles are playing really good football, but that they are of all the teams that are currently in the NFC playoff picture, they are the most offensively stunted of the teams. I just think you would rather play them. And also their defense is probably the one that's the most susceptible to all of the things that Kyler does really well.
You had trouble with the Cowboys, which makes you think you won't have trouble again.
We had what? I'm sorry. We had trouble with the Cowboys
in those later quarters. Yes. In
the last quarter? Yeah. Because the first three quarters, the game was pretty much in hand.
I'm just telling you. You don't want to see the Cowboys in the playoffs. I just wanted to see if I was hoping I could make his face red. I couldn't even sell that one.
Kyler's 8-0 in Dallas. Let's go back and do it again.
You're talking to a Cardinals fan who didn't know his team was capable of being 11-5 and now is. He's happy. You can't rattle Randy right now.
Oh, I'll find a way. Fish Tank says, so did Barry Bonds break Hank Aaron's record since his hat grew a couple sizes?
No,
he did not. Lost Toby says, hey, Randy, you beat me to that Aaron Hernandez hanging around joke there earlier. Damn it. Royale with Cheese says, is it Aaron Hernandez or Aaron Hernand Cuffs? Okay, you can sit down for a minute. Scratch Me Because says no. No.
Oh no.
Pause that.
Gonna let that one slide by. Boogie says, question. If The Jags beat the Colts, which is possible in a world where the Lions whoop the Cardinals' ass.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as a lock? No, it's really a sarcastic thing now. When we say it's a lock, we don't really believe that, Boogie. Jeffrey, should the Chargers and Raiders agree to tie so they both make the playoffs? Would there be backlash if they did? First off, not likely, but there is a small possibility. But no, would they agree to do it like behind closed doors?
No way.
No.
They're divisional rivals too. There's no world in which the Chargers players even want the Raiders to be in the playoffs and vice versa.
So here's what happens. They get in a room like, hey, here's what we could do. You agree? Yeah, I agree. You do it. I'll do it if you do it. You'll do it if I. Okay, you sure? Yeah, okay. And neither of them do it because
whoever gets the chance to score a touchdown first is absolutely punching it in.
Or at the last minute, something is going to happen. You said you were gonna. You're an idiot. So no, that's not going to happen. It's a nice thought, though. Robert from Surprise says, yeah, okay, that was the same joke I passed on earlier. Watermelon said, Jeffrey, the nightlife is career ending in Vegas. Yeah, that's, I realized when I said that earlier.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, no one has touched OJ's rushing record on per game average since he went for 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. All right, fair enough. If you don't get the 2,000 yards in 14 games, all right, okay, that's fine. By the way, he's murdering. Hefty Lefty says, can confirm though, Mrs. Glennon is very nice looking and probably a wonderful personality. He says, by the way, the Twin Cities, albeit colder than a well digger's toe, has cheap beer that is always cold, food that sticks to your ribs and arteries, and beautiful women that have sturdy bases.
Because it's all about that base.
You really should change that to, because I remember I was there, handsome women who have sturdy bases.
Handsome women.
Yes, that's probably more accurate.
Wow.
Mr. Pink Eye says, I think the Big Ten had the worst weekend. I win 4 downs. Bam. Well, no, you don't, because I already won. But did the Big Ten have the worst weekend, Keon?
It was pretty damn bad. It's pretty damn bad.
Papa Mike says, I got Georgia too. So if you guys both have Georgia, doesn't that just end the whole thing?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swazman says, I think Papa Mike lost last place in our division to Blender League by 0.10 points. Good Cat was a seller dollar too. Glad your son lost. Fun season. $100. Good reward. Sorry, I'm only complaining about your son because he won last year. Keanu Reeves. He didn't win last year. Yeah, what are you talking about, Swazman? He didn't win anything last year. He was in the playoffs, I think, and in again this year. So what? Did Swazman? Did you win? Wait a second. I didn't see his name on my list. What? Who are you in that league? Skull says sports betting is rigged. Oh, stop. He says, no, it's run by aliens on the dark side of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Skull. King Kitten says, hey, Keon, I'm thinking about betting the mortgage. If I win, I'm up 1,000. If I lose, I'm homeless. Think that's a good bet?
No. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. That's like the number one thing you should learn if you're betting at all.
Derp. Good Cat says, based on our home record, I don't want a home game for the Cardinals.
Right?
I don't think you're going to get one now, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's
it's doubtful that the Cardinals will play one home game, a playoff game at all.
Good Cat says, is it me or does Aikman look higher than a kite on that last broadcast?
Oh, dude.
He looks higher than a kite on every broadcast.
Yeah, that's just the way he looks, man.
I think it's just his eyes. Like Jim Brewer.
They're barely open.
He's had so many concussions. Yeah.
Chief Skulls Burner says, when will Harmon Solar Ralph come back? I texted him today. He's going to be here Thursday or Friday. I got an answer for the sucky Hags and Russell Wilson being a Cleveland Brown next year. That's what he's got an answer for that.
Wow.
Who I found that clip where he talks about how the Seahawks are going to go 13 and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We need to play that for him.
We'll dig it up.
Baker's Cocky Hen says offensive rookie of the year got to be Jamar Chase or Mac Jones.
What about Jonathan Taylor?
Let's pause on that a second. Jonathan Taylor is a good possibility, but Jamar Chase, that is, when you're a receiver, then you kind of have to share that with your quarterback. You know what I mean? If you're the quarterback, you're throwing it, but your guy, I don't know. Jamar Chase, Mac Jones, or Jonathan Taylor. I haven't looked at the standings lately, so I don't know if there's anybody else. I mean, I know that we're talking rookie of the year.
Rookie offensive player or rookie of the year?
It says offensive rookie of the year.
Offensive rookie of the year. I'm leaning towards Jamar Chase too. It just the way he's been unguardable.
All right. I'll give you that. What do you think, Randy?
Yeah, I mean, I would go with that. Yeah, I'd have no problem with that. In my opinion, it's between Jonathan Taylor or Jamar Chase.
Well,
Absolutely.
Tell you what, it's interesting. We're also talking about 3 different positions. For quarterback, yeah, it's looking like Mac Jones, right? For a wide receiver, it's looking like Jamar Chase. And for running back, it's absolutely Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
But which one of those 3 reigns supreme, you think? You think Jamar Chase?
I think Jamar Chase, yeah.
I don't want to be a homer and say Jonathan Taylor.
But you'd be right if you said it. I mean, he's certainly right there in the conversation. I wouldn't be mad if any of those guys.
That is, you only get that ball handed to you, then you got to run. Of course, offensive line helps. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to think about this. Let's talk more about it.
Sport, man.
When we come back, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm sure you've probably heard of FanDuel Sportsbook by now. They are making every moment more this season. First off, FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Basketball fans celebrate the NBA's 75th anniversary season on FanDuel Sportsbook too. Right now, new customers can place their first bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. There's no better place to bet on the NBA than FanDuel. Already have a FanDuel Sportsbook? FanDuel is hooking up all new customers with $50 when you refer a friend. Plus, your friend will get $50 too. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code DALE1580 to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. That's promo code DALE1580.
21 plus and present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Dell's New Year event is here with up to $200 off on laptops with Intel Core processors. Check out the precision-crafted Dell XPS laptop with all the performance you need to unleash your creativity. Or game without limits with powerful Alienware PCs engineered for the ultimate gaming experience. Kick off 2022 by scoring incredible savings on accessories like webcams, monitors, gaming headsets, and more. Plus free shipping on everything. Just call 800-BUY-DELL. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at ChicagoFestWest.com today.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
Over 500,000 service members, veterans, and their families call Arizona home. If you're currently serving in the military, are a veteran, family member, or supporter, we need your voice in the Arizona Veteran Survey. Visit connectveterans.org/survey. Help prioritize more support at connectveterans.org/survey. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected community.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. So after we went to break there, I was talking to Keon off air, and it sort of occurred to me. I was like, hey, Jonathan Taylor is not a rookie. And so Keon goes,
He's not?
What? Keon looks it up, and he's like, oh, crap, you're right. And just as I say that, I turn around and I see the text line. Ryan Fitzpatrick texts in and says, Jonathan Taylor not being a rookie might keep him from winning the Rookie of the Year, but hey, who knows?
It's distinctly possible, you know?
Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that.
The more I look at his page, too, the worse it gets. He's a Pro Bowl.
He's my running back. I should know better. Because he came in last year as a rookie, right? He was a rookie last year. And, you know, I just always think of him, the rookie. That's the way I think of him, you know, and he's just been such a phenom. So that's on all of us. That's on all of us. Good for you guys. But okay, we'll take our lumps. I'll read the text. We got the first one came from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Let's see. Fish Tank says, I know we're talking Rookie of the Year, but I looked this up the other day. There hasn't been an MVP that wasn't a quarterback or running back since Lawrence Taylor in '86. Kind of makes the same case you mentioning, Jeffrey, that wide receivers don't get the awards because somebody else has to throw it. It's like an individual achievement, but every single one of these guys gets help from another guy. You know, as a running back, that O-line has got to clear out and help you get those lanes. Wide receiver needs a good quarterback. A quarterback needs a good wide receiver. So, yeah, I guess to pick a Rookie of the Year, it's just somebody's got to really stand out on that. So I don't know where we're at with Rookie of the Year, but boy, I'll tell you what, you're right on that. Jamar Chase has made a very good case for himself.
Yeah, he's been a guy that gets into your secondary, and I don't know what the answer is there because he's big, he's strong, and he's fast. So he gets separation. Even if you're guarding him, you can't really stop him from going up to get the ball. And all of the problems that he had in the preseason with he can't really see the ball and he's catching it, none of that stuff matters anymore.
FedFan says, I just now, we lost Randy. Can you go ahead and pull him down there? FedFan says, I just now got a chance to listen. Have I missed much? Yeah, you've missed 2 hours, FedFan. Go back and listen to the podcast if you get a chance. I am told it's been pretty good. Wiggy, my piggy, says, hey, Jeffrey, as a Raider fan, I would be happy to give a Charger fan a free ride across the pond on my back. I promise not to kill him. It's the old scorpion and the toad thing. That's funny, Wiggy Piggy. Senior Wake and Bake. I'll wait for Randy to get his system back up since you include Randy on that. Hefty Lefty says, I'd give it to Chase, considering that at times he is top 5 in his position. Jones has been okay all year. Mac Jones hasn't done anything to set his team back, which is all you can ask from a rookie. Taylor's not a rookie, so he's not relevant. It should be between him and Kupp for Offensive Player of the Year, though. Ooh, yeah. If you go Offensive Player of the Year, who is more ridiculous, Cooper Kupp or Jonathan Taylor?
Cooper Kupp's been amazing, but Jonathan Taylor is every single week he has some run where he runs over somebody in a way that is so embarrassing that I think that person should retire from the league. He's just
a lot of press conferences after games.
Yeah, because he's a guy that, like, I know he's got the offensive line there, but he also, when he's out in the open field and it's just Jonathan Taylor and one and sometimes even two players, he can make two people miss. So it's not just like the strength that he can break tackles, but he can get to the point where he's not really touched at all either.
I think Randy's back, by the way. Let's see. Boogie says, I think Kyler Murray has a shot at Rookie of the Year. Did he actually win that? Did he win that? Did he win Rookie of the Year, Randy? I mean, not this year.
I think he did. Offensive Rookie of the Year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, thanks, Boogie. We know Jonathan Taylor's not a rookie. Dropping the soap says, my bet is on Aaron Rodgers for Rookie of the Year this year. He's a lock. Ukla Mock says,
it's a lock.
Hey, Radio Pal, I'm hungry. What's for dinner? Whatever you cook your own damn self. A new texter or a person who's been on the text line since 2021. That's right, since August. Let's see. First text, he was mad because I was dissing wrestling. And then his next one, I don't know how he's talking about there. This time he says, after this weekend's performance, Chase has to be Rookie of the Year. Hey, 3-time texter, you need a texter nickname. That's what I got to say. 0781. Come on, man. Big George says, you missed all the tennis talk, Fed fan. Randy gave detailed tennis report while you were gone, like Novak Djokovic being able to defend his Australian Open title after being granted medical exemption from the vaccine mandate. Yeah, there was a heated debate on that. Keon actually started crying at one point. It was very emotional, and there was a lot of feelings on the table. There was anger, there was frustration. We almost had to throw this thing to network, Fed fan. You missed an amazing tennis conversation.
Yeah, it was amazing.
She Skull says, if King of Kitten bets his house and loses it, will Keon take him in as another roommate?
No, because my apartment is tiny.
Well, he can cook though.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You might want to consider.
Yeah, we might have to do some talking. Figure it out.
Senior Wake and Bake says, Jeffrey, Randy, hate to break it to you, but neither of your teams are on anyone's playoff radar. That's because they'll be one and done, son.
Okay, Wake and Bake. Yeah.
Hold on a second here.
Yeah.
I have to check something. Sorry. NFC.
49ers.
49ers.
They play the Rams this weekend.
Yeah, you guys aren't even going to make it in. 49ers won't even make it.
And if the playoffs were to start today and the Niners did make it in, they're playing the Bucs. They're playing Tom Brady. I don't know if the one and done thing applies to anybody more than the team that's going to play the Buccaneers in the first round.
See, while you were gone, Jeffrey, Wake and Bake would text in every hour, multiple times each hour, with this kind of verbiage.
Yeah,
and you just have to. You got to go with the flow. You got to. Okay, just and move along.
So the Colts would play the Bengals, and I don't know. Maybe the Colts would be fine. Cardinals would play the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
And I think we like their chances. Nothing is a given, but I'd say the weakest team would be the 49ers right now, trying to take on the Bucs.
Yeah. And the reason being is because Garoppolo's hurt his thumb. But I'll tell you what, Trey Lance had a whale of a game last weekend. He looked really good back there. And, they have George Kittle fired up, and he's making some catches now. Look, this 49er
not enough
team,
to beat the Bucs.
Well, the Bucs maybe not. Well, I don't know though. I don't know because the Bucs are really thin in the defensive secondary. Remember, they got Richard Sherman to come out for the team, and he got hurt. Hell, they don't have anybody in the defensive secondary that can stop anyone. So if you get like Deebo Samuel and George Kittle out there, and they're wreaking havoc in that secondary, the Bucs could be overtaken.
888-368-1580. 0781 says, I'll think of a good name and I'll let you know, Jeffrey. All right. Well, listen, if you need some help with that, Randy has a great selection of unused texter nicknames that you could select. Some pretty good stuff out there, but even then, better something that fits your personality. When you get around to it. Oh, geez, I just realized I missed a bunch of texts here earlier. Let me get these done. Just the Tip says, I don't give a crap who the Cardinals play in the playoffs. It's a really good team, which, although young, has enough veteran leadership to make sure the importance of these next few games won't be overlooked. Randy, large puppers draft for every sentient being that has ever existed in any space-time continuum ever, please, and thank you. On request.
You always do that to me.
I can't let you get away with making people
damn
pee
phone
their
out and pour
pants
in a beer.
as they're driving. Thundar the San Barbarian says, one coach who would truly appreciate the nightlife in Vegas is Urban Scumbag. It's true.
No,
that is
he's
true.
not coming back.
Because then he could just get on the team plane with the team and get up to his scumbaggery.
Mm-hmm. Rough Rob says, who'd win in a fight, OJ or Ray Lewis? I'm going to go Ray Lewis at this point. OJ's gotten kind of old. If you start to say in their prime, now you got a whole other conversation. Yeah. Let's see. Scratch me because thank you for that. He says, you couldn't read my text. Too dark or too soon? There's no such thing as too dark. And I don't believe in too soon. But I don't know. There's an innocent involved with that one. Lacrosse guy says, Taylor is not a rookie. We know, lacrosse guy. We know.
Thank you.
Robert from Surprise says, I had a bad week in the gridiron pick'em that I could not afford. What do you mean you couldn't afford? Oh, you mean I thought you don't have to pay. Who are you paying? I think he means he couldn't afford it in the standings.
No one was supposed to know that.
Is that number 7 kid on Dallas defense a rookie? He's got like 11 interceptions this year. Diggs. Yeah, the guy with the kid. That's isn't it
Stefan's cousin or brother?
It's his brother Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah. Trayvon is pretty damn good. Don't know if he's a rookie. Fed fan says, dang it, I always miss the tennis talk.
Yeah.
Sorry, love. Fish Tank says, this is extremely random, Jeffrey, but have you ever heard or played the game You Don't Know Jack? I feel like you could replace the host of that game immediately.
Wow.
Vague memory of it, but I don't understand why you think that. I'll have to look that up.
And also, Trayvon Diggs, not a rookie.
Not a rookie.
Second-year player.
Not a rookie. Choro says, thanks to Rosalie for helping me win championship in fantasy football. Oh, you got to tell her that when she's on. She's actually going to be on this week. I know our fantasy football Super Bowls are all done. But there's more fantasy betting and things you can do. So we're going to talk about that in the season and stuff. Papa Mike says, shouldn't Cardinal fans hope the 49ers get in? If Cardinals beat the Seahawks and the 49ers beat the Rams, Cardinals win the division.
Yeah, see, that's a tough one, Papa Mike, because I never have really liked the arrogance of the San Francisco 49er fans. They remind me a lot of Seattle Seahawks fans. But no, Vikings fans, I don't have a problem with it. But it just seems like the Seahawks fans and the 49er fans are just, I don't know why they have to be so boisterous and loud and arrogant. Even after the Cardinals kick their ass, walking out of a stadium on a Monday night, after we just absolutely dismantled the 49ers, I still had 49er fans going, well, guess what? We've won world championships. Kiss my ass. And I'm like, dude, you just got dismantled, bro. Take it easy.
Yeah.
And just go about your business quietly.
It's called alcohol, I think, is what that is.
Wow.
King Kitten says, I just got my Christmas credit card bill in the mail. Randy, I need a double shot of Crown and an 805, please.
Wow. Yeah, let me get that for you.
Thundar Sam Barbarian says, I don't know about your take on OJ versus Dre Lewis there, Jeffrey. Does OJ get to bring his knife? Well, here's the thing. They'll both have knives. You know what I'm saying?
Well, didn't Ray have a gun and OJ had a knife?
No. I thought there was a knife involved with Ray Lewis's thing, was it?
No, I think it was a gun involved with Ray Lewis. Yeah.
Maybe there's a knife taped to it. I don't know.
Well, Ray Lewis did not actually fire said gun. So
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I'm just trusting the police report on that.
Tuck says Parsons is number 11. He's the rookie. Lacrosse guy says Trayvon Diggs has given up over 1,000 yards. He jumps the routes to go for picks.
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
That's the thing is he's a bit of a gambler. So he does get burned, but he does make up for it with the amount of big plays that he also makes. So he's a risk reward guy.
Well, eventually that can catch up to you. But Hefty Lefty says the same thing. He says he's a boom or bust corner. Picks are nice, but quarterbacks will still throw at him because he gets burned. Just the Tip says, Randy, what's in your tumbler right there? What you drinking?
My tumbler?
Yeah, what's in there?
Water.
Many alcohol drinks will look like water, Keon. So you can't
it's
always,
water.
Yeah. Lost Toby says, I just tuned in.
Whiskey.
There
That
you go.
was whiskey. Yeah.
Just tuned in after being on a call for an hour. As a Niner fan, I feel attacked. I don't know. Lost Toby's never been obnoxious as a Niner fan.
but there are a portion of even Raider fans don't bother me. I like Raider fans. They're genuine. They're passionate about their team.
They're good
but
people. They'll stab you, but they're good people.
I mean, I just the run-ins, and then Senior Wake and Bake is just like, I don't know the definition.
I don't remember Toss Toby being too bad, but yeah, there's a couple of them out here.
Senior Wake and Bake is the gold standard of annoying Niner fan.
You could have just stopped earlier. Good Cat says Micah Parsons needs to win the Def Roy.
Yes.
I think he means defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
And I hate the Cowboys, but there's too much respect there.
Micah Parsons, and I hate the Cowboys too. That's the if Washington loses 14 games in a year, or I guess now 15, I would love for them to be beating the Cowboys for the 2 games they actually win. But that's just not what happened this year. And Micah Parsons is part of the reason why. I mean, the guy's sideline to sideline, athletic freak, but also he knows what he's doing. He's not just running around, just throwing himself all over the place. He's actually like a heat-seeking missile. He seems to be able to find the ball wherever he goes. I have a lot of respect for Micah Parsons, and I do like watching him play.
So here's something that might surprise you, but then if you think about it, you're like, wait, that's actually pretty smart. That's actually pretty brilliant. Bruce Arians is a lot of things. He's no dummy. He went to that high school for 7.5 years. He's no fool. Sorry, I was just stealing the line from Better Off Dead. No, but the Buccaneers, they did this right. They did not cut Antonio Brown. Why would you do that? Well, some other team you have to play might pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to put him. You don't trade in your own division. You don't trade against teams that you're going to have to face. Trying to win a title or trying to go to a Super Bowl. You don't do it. Well, they have no reason to cut him. They just don't play him. Don't let anybody else have him. Brilliant.
So
how
so
long can they get away with that?
So are they going to pay him then?
That's the thing. But his contract, very incentive based.
That's the issue. Yeah.
They won't pay him a whole lot. And it's probably in their best interest if they have to pay him a couple $100,000,
they're not going to feel it.
Nope. Brilliant.
So what I'm hearing you say is hang on to Antonio Brown until when? His contract is up?
Till contract's up. Till the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cut him at the end of the season. I mean, I'm talking after the Super Bowl.
That's okay. Yeah, I mean, that's smart. That is brilliant.
And he did it to himself. I don't feel bad for him at all on that front. I mean,
that's a good point. Yeah.
You take your pads off, you walk off into the locker room in the middle of a game. I don't know what anyone's supposed to do for you at that point.
Well, there's another part of that maybe you got to think about. Is it possible that the NFL suspends Antonio Brown for his actions on the field? Because he did go onto the field
while the game was happening.
Yeah, doing crazy crap on the sideline. That's bad. He was physically on the field of play while play was happening, doing his little shirtless dance in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that also might be a part of this where the Bucs are like, he gets suspended. We don't have to deal with him for another week or two. It gets us farther into the playoffs, and there you go. I mean, how long are the waivers these days for the NFL? We get caught up with our fantasy football trying to figure out how long the waivers are. Once a guy goes on the waivers, how long is it? Because if he passes through the waivers, he becomes an unrestricted free agent, and you could do whatever you want with him then. That is what, so what doesn't matter, suspension or not, they'll either hope he gets suspended and then hope that they don't cut him.
I don't see that the NFL is going to suspend him for anything. They might fine him.
Well,
and the Bucs are not going to play him. So what good would it do for the NFL to suspend him?
Well, at the request of the owner.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Another thought, I guess.
And what it does for the NFL to suspend him is just to send a message to any other Antonio Brown clones who may be out there, and maybe even not even the league yet, but like they set a precedent for this is how we handle when a guy steps onto the field during a game. And so should it ever happen again, we don't have to think about it. We suspended Antonio Brown, and anybody else in that same case gets suspended.
Lost Toby asked, can teams even sign players after playoff start? Yes.
Yeah.
You could sign him for the final game of the regular season. You could bring him in for Super Bowl. You make the Super Bowl, sign him up for that game if you feel like it. If he is a unrestricted free agent, that's why it's unrestricted.
By the way, the waiver period is generally 3 days.
There you go. So I don't know. The Bucs are being smart about this by not cutting him. It would be a gift if Antonio Brown gets suspended. But either way, not cutting him's got to be the answer there. Lost Toby says, but then AB becomes really noisy to be released. And at what point is it too much? Who gives a damn?
Who cares if he's at his house screaming and yelling?
If you make him an inactive player, but he's still on the roster, he can scream all he wants to.
Pay the man. Pay the man and just ignore him and focus on what's ahead of you. I think that is the smartest way to go right there. Ukla Mock says, don't tug on Superman's cape. Don't spit into the don't mess around with Jim.
You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind.
Oh, he didn't put the wind part in there.
Yeah.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Don't mess around with Jim. It's a song. Thinking it's a song.
Okay.
Yeah. Something, and you don't mess around with Jim.
Beer Bob says waiver is 24 hours. Huh? We thought it was 3 days. Fish Tank says, well, you suspend him so that if he ever comes back, he misses those games whenever. Josh Gordon has been dealing with that problem for a while now.
You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger and you don't mess around with Jim. That's it.
Yeah. Well,
Jim Croce, by the way.
Oh, there you go. I have no idea.
Jim Croce.
King Kitten says, when Antonio was in the end zone topless, it was a dead ball. Team was in the huddle. Every round of the playoffs in football, basketball, baseball, teams issue a roster of eligible players. Okay. Senior Wake and Bake says, Randy, Jeffrey, for your team's 10 wins, congrats, is your Super Bowl. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Is that Senior Wake and Bake again?
Yeah, he's really he's fading.
Okay.
I think he's fading. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I have no idea what's happening. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Arizona basketball. Yesterday, they knock off Washington 95-79. Arizona ranked number 8 in the nation. Their odds to win the national championship this year, they pay out at plus 2,100. They have the 7th best odds to win it all. The only schools that are in front of them, Gonzaga at plus 700 has the best odds to win the national championship. They're followed by Baylor and Purdue, along with Duke at plus 10,000. Kansas pays out at plus 1,400, and then UCLA paying out at plus 1,600. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Today, someone will enjoy a phone call with their family, thanks to speech-to-text technology. Today, someone will know their rights so they can confidently advocate for themselves. Today, someone among the more than 1 million deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind Arizonans will enjoy greater accessibility and effective communication, thanks to the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing. To learn more, visit acdhh.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona.
Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia
keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene.
You need to tune in
to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3
The Fanatic,
and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Tonight, it's the premiere of 2 new comedies on NBC.
First, the comedy critics are calling the next The Office.
American Auto, starring SNL's Anna Gasteyer.
What are you doing to my car?
I'm stealing your hubcaps. It's fine. I'm the new CEO.
Then it's Grand Crew.
The comedy critics rate is this generation's Friends.
I'm going to ask Alicia to marry me. What? Seriously, dude? I've had almond milk in my fridge longer than you've been with Alicia.
American Auto and Grand Crew.
Premiere tonight on NBC.
Time for some smart saving. Give the gift that lights up their future.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. This holiday season, give the gift of education by opening an AZ 529 education savings plan. You can invest with as little as $15 a month, and anyone can give. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, anyone. Visit az529.gov today and give the present of a brighter future.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
The field is called a gridiron. The ball is called a pigskin. The quarterback is called a field general.
Y'all know what time it is?
And the kicker?
Well, they just call him a kicker.
Come on, hey, this is football. The NFL plays here. Catch all the primetime games, playoff, and Super Bowl 56
On your home for the NFL.
Let's go now. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. We got all sorts of play-by-play for you guys this week. Yes, Grand Canyon University is on the airwaves Thursday, 5:45 p.m. GCU will take on Rio Grande Valley. Then on Saturday, GCU takes on Lamar, Texas at 1:45 p.m. Of course, we got a lot of NFL going on. On Saturday, we've got Game 1, Chiefs and Broncos. That's 2 p.m. over on Money Radio. Then later on that evening, you got Cowboys at Eagles at 6 p.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. Sunday morning, got the Titans and Texans. And Sunday night, it's the Chargers and Raiders. All that for your listening enjoyment here on 1580 The Fanatic. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, speaking of fantasy football, Jeffrey, not sure if you talked about this before I came on today, but do I get to join the Premier League next year? Because I won League 5. Maybe. So here's the thing, just to remind everybody, we had the Premier League and we had 9 Daily Blender fantasy football leagues. Now we generally have where 4 teams go in, 4 teams go out of the Premier League. So of the 9 leagues, we're going to take all the champions and we're either going to do a drawing or we're going to calculate who the absolute best fantasy football players were of those champions. I'm not quite decided yet which way to go with it. Randy, you think we should calculate who was the best player and not do a drawing?
Yeah. I think I'm on board with that.
Well, but there's that element though of luck that maybe somebody climbed their way up and heroically
So you're saying throw the names in the bag of all the winners, shake it up, and pick out 4 names.
Yeah, that's an option unless somebody has another option. I'm not saying that your idea is wrong. I want to make sure we get this right.
I think we need to reward if the biggest scorer, the person that scored the most points over the entire season out of all the leagues should be rewarded.
Well, that person didn't win the championship. So it was possible to, because I've done that in the past. I was the season top scorer and I went to crap in the playoffs. So maybe what we should base this on of all the champions is maybe playoff performance. Maybe so you had the best playoff performance.
That seems a little bit more fair because for you to have the highest point total, sometimes you have to draft really well. But if somebody turned themselves into a championship team by working the waiver wire, and
they deserve that consideration.
Yeah, and so they may not have the highest point total of the champions, even though they had a really good.
That's
year.
a good point.
I wonder if we should do a poll or a vote thing. The morning show does it every day. We have not used up our quota of online polls. You think we should do that there? Maybe we just throw that up and see what people think. I like Hefty Lefty's idea. He said fight to the death. I'm good with that.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we could set up a ring out here by the water fountain out there in the breezeway.
Choice of weapons.
Yeah,
sure. Not sure legal would let us do that. It's a good idea.
Damn it.
Papa Mike says no luck. If your starters scored more than your bench, you coach better than the person whose bench scored more than the starters. I get what you're saying, but there is an element of luck that is involved in fantasy football, things that you cannot foresee. So,
I mean, for instance, if you drafted Christian McCaffrey, how you knew at some point he was going to be injured, but did you think there was going to be a point where he'd be ruled out for the season? I don't know. That's not your fault as a drafter.
Boogie says luck plays a big factor in fantasy football. Luck should be involved a little, at least, when deciding who moves up to the Premier League. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to know what Boogie thinks about the way we should select it. What does Boogie say?
He just told us. I think he wants us to do a drawing. I think that's
throw it in a bag and just shake it up and pull.
I mean, he didn't win his league, so I mean, he's got so I think it's an honest thought. Fed fan says the highest bribe advances. Ooh.
Well, there's always that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that works for when we're deciding who's in the Hall of Fame of texters, but I don't think we're allowed to do that for fantasy football stuff.
No.
King Kitten says fantasy playoff games are subjective because NFL teams might rest stars at the end of the season. We didn't see that this year, so that's not a thing. But I'm thinking about moving the playoffs back one more week, earlier than we did this year. It really worked out well this year, but in other years it wouldn't have. Boogie says game of poker or blackjack for the winners, like a tournament. I don't know. Not everybody who plays well at fantasy football is going to be good at those other things.
You're just rewarding a completely different skill set. If you've never played poker before, that I don't want to punish you because you're just not good at poker.
Mm-hmm. Ukulamak says Beatrice and legal is still being a stickler for those damn rules, huh? Jen was always a lot more fun. Well, Jen was in accounting, so she could be.
Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says make the Premier League 16 teams. Now you're going to test your fantasy skills. I hate that idea. I don't like that it's 12. I'll be honest. I don't like that it's 12. Swazman says Papa Mike and Good Cat had great teams, but a losing effort. I was a Bear fan, predicted first. I ended up sixth. Thundar Santa Barbarian says Boogie's just bitter because he's never beaten my team. I've never beaten Boogie's team. I'd love to get him back in the Premier League, but his lack of talent is going to keep him from making my dreams come true.
Wow.
His lack of talent, huh?
He won the Golden Blender one year. Everybody knows I'm kidding. Senior Wake and Bake says, yep, dusting off these old Lombardis. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He says he's dusting off the old Lombardis. Is that euphemism for the crinkled up old condoms never used in your wallet?
Oh, that's what we needed, Keon. Right there. That's what we needed.
That's what we missed. Jeffrey was gone, and that's what we were missing.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I hadn't played in over 15 years, came in 5th place. I'm a Hall of Famer. I think I should just be moved up Premier League myself. If only it was that simple, Boomer Sooner. Good Cat says, who'd win in a fight, Prime Ray Lewis or Prime Jim Brown? Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
I'm not even going to hesitate on that.
Jim Brown's a badass. Even to this day.
Ray Lewis is a badass, but no, Jim Brown. Are you kidding?
I mean, Ray Lewis, monster. But all you have to do is just go to YouTube and type in Jim Brown and watch his runs. And tell me that guy's losing in a fight to essentially anyone. I couldn't tell you that.
Watch him not only in his runs, but watch him in some of the movies he was in when he was younger, and then watch him in Mars Attacks. From there to there, prime or not prime, Jim Brown was a scary dude. I mean, that guy was amazing.
And we're talking about a guy in Jim Brown who is incredibly philanthropic and will go into areas where there is heavy gang violence and not be afraid of anything because he's Jim Brown, and meet with people and talk with gang leaders and try to figure out how we can resolve things. Even now, I don't think that very many people scare Jim Brown.
He's 85 years old, and I'd still take him over Ray Lewis, I think.
Yeah.
Beer Bob said, oh, hold on. My screen just moved on me. Sorry, guys. Lost it. There it is. Beer Bob says, waived versus released, how the NFL waiver wire works. I don't want to read all that. The waiver period lasts 24 hours. All waivers are categorized as no recall, no withdrawal. So once a club waives a player, okay. So I guess it's 24 hours on waivers.
Yeah, I skimmed it, but I read one part that said,
Robert in Surprise
sent
me a text that says, starting my New Year's resolution, cooking chicken for meal prepping, no more fast food. Dude, just trying to brag on that awesome pool he has in the picture. It's like, he didn't need to show me. He could have just focused on the chicken. His chicken looks great on his Blackstone grill, but you can tell he's like, I think I'm going to get that in a shot too. He's got a fire pit in the background. He's got one of them pools where you've got the that one level where there's a table in there you can sit around.
That is what the kids would call a flex.
Yeah, Robert in Surprise flexing. Nicely done, though. Nicely done. Baker's Cocky Hen says Ray Lewis brings friends with knives, though, guys. He's like OJ, kind of. Hefty Lefty says I played in a 16 league team with standard scoring before. It was like WNBA scores every week. Robert from Surprise says yes, I think that moving the league back a week gives you an option for champions to play week 18 against each other and the top 4. I don't mean later. I mean earlier. Later is a bad idea. Earlier is a good idea.
Yeah, we're about to see this upcoming Sunday why later is a bad idea.
Yep. 888-368-1580. Oh, I got to give you your man of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your man of the day. A new report has come out that Keanu Reeves, not our son, but the actual Keanu Reeves, donated 70% of his earnings from the first Matrix movie to research for leukemia.
No kidding.
Yeah, the blood cancer.
Good
He
for
made
him.
about 45 million, so I guess 70% of that's 31.5 million. His younger sister Kim had been battling leukemia for 8 years at that time, and she was diagnosed in 91, went in remission in 2001, so that had a happy ending. But he actually created a charity to aid adults and children with cancer. He didn't even put his name on it. He just did it because he felt like that was the right thing to do. So that's pretty cool right there. That's man of the day stuff.
Yeah, no
Absolutely.
kidding. That's fantastic. Good for him.
And by the way, this is weird. Well, I tell you what, all these big name actors are kind of drifting towards TV. Now, I did the air quotes on TV because streaming TV. I guess Keanu Reeves is going to be in a new true crime series for Hulu. It's called The Devil in the White City. Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, they're producing it, and it's based on the historical nonfiction book called The Devil in the White City. So,
wow,
that's kind of weird.
Okay.
All these big name actors just going to Hulu, going to Amazon, going to Netflix.
Well,
kind of like it.
Because of the streaming, there's so much money there that you can make something really high quality and put it out on TV.
So, I don't know if Keanu owns a TV. You see him sitting on benches, sort of eating a half a sandwich he found. I don't know. But anyways, Keanu Reeves, man of the day here on the Daily Blender. Oh, since money is an issue for the rest of us, at first I was gonna be mad about this, Randy. Little Caesars hot and ready pizza no longer $5. It's been $5 forever.
What?
And I love walking into Little Caesars and give me a pepperoni pizza, $5, walk out, bam, I got me some pizza. And it's good pizza. It's not great pizza. It's good
decent.
pizza.
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah.
And well, they've raised their prices, and I was about to be like, oh hell. But it's only 55 cents. It's $5.55 now. So,
okay.
So I figured 20 years at $5. If they're going to raise it just 55 cents, I'm not going to get that mad.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're trying. They know they're the cheap pizza option, and they're just trying to be inside of reach of people just casually.
$5.55. That's within reach.
And then there's another wrinkle to that. They're adding 30% more pepperoni to it.
What?
So yeah, how are they making money? It's crazy. But no, they did. That's the whole thing. They're gonna throw on some extra pepperonis there.
Wow.
So 33% more pepperonis than before. Not bad
Good
at
for
all.
them.
Anyway, so I like that man of the day, and I like that the Little Caesars has not lost their damn minds. I know, Lost Toby. I think we talked about. He says they announced that a while ago. Well, it went into effect, and I know we talked about it probably in the past, but
we did.
We also have short memories. So shut up.
Yeah.
But the bit about the extra pepperonis.
Yeah, that's new, Lost Toby. How you like that? Lost Toby says Devil in the White City is a good book. What's a book?
Just I wish I'd read it, but looking forward to it.
You can read?
I can read, yeah. I thought
I
everybody
can read. You see that?
Just trying to make us all feel bad.
Right?
I just happen to like reading. That's just,
now he likes reading.
Oh, now.
Well, yeah.
Well, the rest of us wish we could like reading too.
You don't have to. What's wrong with not liking reading? I'm just saying I happen to like reading.
That's the rest of us.
Have you forgotten what show you're on?
How dare you be intellectual here? It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Oh, I can read.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679. Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Rosalie, the fantasy girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about this free site called Vig Zero, and it's a total game changer. Vig Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Vig Zero. Go to VigZero.com to sign up. And if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Vig Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
Time for some smart saving. Put money aside, not your child's future education.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. The sooner you start an AZ 529 education savings plan, the more money you'll have when your little one graduates high school. Invest just $15 a month and you could have thousands of dollars saved for their education needs. Go to az529.gov so when it's time to achieve their dreams, they can.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Pro Football Blitz, Saturday afternoons, right here on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Fighting Wampa says, bet you guys didn't know Keanu Reeves is a big 49er fan. No, he's not. He's not a fan of any major sport. You just made that up. We will not have you making things up here on this show. That's our job. Let's see. Fed fan. Well, this sentence starts out pretty bad. Fed fan says Keon's mother. Okay. Whoa. Do we see where it goes or not?
Let's see where it goes.
Fed fan says Keon's mother was a teacher. He has to love reading. It's in his genetic code. Was your mom an influence on you reading a lot of books?
Yes. Yeah.
Was she indeed a teacher?
She taught for a little bit when she was in
Did
Guyana.
you say this on air?
I don't remember.
Because we don't remember this either.
I don't remember.
I think Fed fan is stalking you.
When she was in Guyana, she taught for a little bit. But
Fed fan was in Guyana?
I must have mentioned it on air because I don't
Why
know how
would Fed fan go to Guyana?
I don't know.
I have no idea. It is a nice country with nice people.
UPS does deliver a lot of places, Randy. Speaking of teachers, she says, my maternal grandmother taught Tom Brokaw in a one-room schoolhouse in South Dakota. He was eventually released and no one was hurt. Okay, I added that last part on. It sounded kind of like, Senior Wake and Bake says, damn it, Keon, you damn reader. Keon Kitten says, hey, Keon, what about the change of names for the football team? That's right. They're announcing that on February 2nd.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, February 2nd.
2/2. That's the date.
So between now and then, somebody's getting indicted or something they need to try to distract us from?
No, they didn't want the name change to be connected with a scandal, which is one reason why they waited as long as they did, and they hired Jason
There's
Wright.
Always a scandal.
There always is, but they didn't want it to be scandal happens. Then we put out the team name to cover it up.
Here's the rap sheet in your team. Here we go. This is just this year alone. Okay. Player gets carted off every game at FedEx Field this season. Every game. Dan Snyder emails got released. Chase Young tore his ACL there at FedEx. Sewer lines leaking at FedEx. Sprinkler systems going off in a sweet box. Eagle fans fall on a collapsed railing by the tunnel, nearly killing their quarterback. RG3 said he witnessed and experienced sexual misconduct.
Yep.
John Allen and Payne fighting while Cowboys were blowing you guys out on Sunday Night Football.
That's actually pretty normal.
Teams head athletic trainer's office raided by the DEA.
Yeah.
No video tribute for Ryan Kerrigan's return.
That was bad. I hate that so much.
Poorly executed retiring of Sean Taylor's jersey the week there. And then started 2-6, 4-game winning streak. Now lost 4 games in a row.
Yeah,
so that's your team this year so far.
You read that very long list like it was an unusual year for this particular franchise and fan base. That's okay.
I just want to show you I can read too.
and you'd have to, if you said, let me get a list of Washington football team scandals, that is a novel.
No, this is just this year. The good scandals were a year before and before that. I didn't talk about the cheerleaders or all the other nonsense.
Right. Yeah. Just 2021. Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, I believe a book is an old wooden ship. You are correct, sir. Cabana says, hey, I just had 5 neck levels fused. Don't send me pictures of your wounds. Why do you do that, Cabana? Stop sending me pictures of your wounds. Glad you're okay, though. Just don't need to see the wound part of it, but glad you're going to be okay there. Yeah, he's always had back issues and stuff. He used to play ball. Let's see here. Scratch Me Because says Jim Brown kicked ass in the Dirty Dozen. You're damn right he did.
Yeah,
you're damn right he did. Nasser Marcus says Bill S. Preston Esquire is definitely a man of the day. No, you got the wrong guy. He wasn't Bill S. Preston, was he? In the movie, he was Ted. He was Theodore Ted. Fish Tank says there's a new Nick Cage movie coming out. I know. I can't wait to see it. Nick Cage plays himself for the whole film. It is not even a cameo. And he says it looks awful. It looks awfully good. I actually want to see it. I hope it's horrible. The dude from The Mandalorian, the guy who's underneath the mask, he plays a guy in that movie. I saw a preview for it. Can't remember the name of it, but it does. It's a movie I want to see. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I have a feeling it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. Hitting the Nut says, oh, great. Now I get 13.3 pepperonis. Oh, joy. Come on, man. No, I had a Little Caesars pizza the other day. It had lots of pepperonis, and I liked it. Big George says, I remember getting those $5 hot and ready pizzas back in college at ASU 18 years ago. So, yeah, I guess it's time for a 55-cent upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't adjust for inflation this entire time. It's the least that they could do.
Yeah.
No complaints here. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says there's a reason why Senior Wake and Bake has a short memory. Well, yeah, we got that. And as for those ancient Lombardis he remembers, that's just because of those long gaps in his recall. Papa Mike says, hey, Mr. I Can Read, why are you so slow at hitting the button for brakes? Come on, Keon. Why aren't you hitting the buttons? Should read up on how to do that better.
Well, I don't think it's a reading problem. I just bumped the mouse and I had to pull it back to hit the button.
Just the Tip says, Keon, I too read a lot, all topics, all subjects. Don't let the troglodyte non-readers get you down.
I mean, I'm not going to make fun of anybody for not reading. We all have our different ways that we like to get information. That's perfectly fine. I just happen to like reading.
0781 thinks he has a good texter nickname. I'm not sure. He says, okay, I'm out of the store and forevermore, may I be known as Just Keep Living. How do you feel about that as a texture nickname? I mean, it's very positive.
Yeah. I mean, which is
Just Keep Living says, are you completely married to that 0781?
I mean, because maybe it has meaning to them, which,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, I'm not in love with it, but I mean, it is your choice. If that's what you're stuck on, I'll do it. But you want to take a day with it? Maybe think about it. I don't know. Boogie says, I have this really weird rash. Can you take a look at it for me, Jeffrey? Here's the picture. Oh, God, no. Come on. I said no more pictures of wounds.
Go see a dermatologist.
King of Kitten says, I came home early, got the outdoor Christmas decorations put away in the garage, cleaned up the garage this afternoon. I feel pretty good. Good night, boys. Okay. Well, we still got some show left
night.
here. Yeah, I actually pulled all the lights off the front of my house yesterday afternoon, too. So that
Congratulations.
it wasn't that hard. Fish Tank says, Nick Cage film is called Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's right. I want to see that.
Okay, that sounds sarcastic enough.
It is.
I think, okay.
It's a parody of himself. He's not, it's, trust me, it looks good. Senior Wake and Bake says, good pick with Keon. Well-read, educated cat right there. Phil was the cat that got left after moving, though. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. So 0781 says, have you ever seen Dazed and Confused? Well, yeah, but just keep living. That's a line from McConaughey? Is that what it is?
I haven't seen the movie in so long.
Why don't we just call you Dazed and Confused? That's a good
That
texture
would be a
nickname.
great texture.
Let's see here. Augie says, I remember at the Little Caesars, we used to get 2 pizzas for the price of 1. Okay, you're really old. Average Joe says, come on, try again, 0871. Well, it's 0781, but who's counting? Lost Toby says, trying the new rotation sushi place in Phoenix tonight. Let you know if it's worth it or not. Good night, everybody. Guys, we're still here. Where the hell are you going? I better do the Georgia's sports history thing
We
before
better
we
do
lose
that
everybody.
immediately. Yes.
All right, let's do this. It's time now for On This Date in Big Georgia's sports history. Back in the year 1957, the Brooklyn Dodgers became the first team to purchase their own private aircraft for travel when the team bought a 44-passenger Convair 442 engine airplane for $700,000. Before that, from 49 to 57, the team had flown in a 20-seat DC-3, which was a gift from Bud Holman, who won the plane in a craps game.
Wow.
Yeah, I just gave it to Walter O'Malley and said, you need a plane? Because I have nowhere to park this. And that's the fact, Jack. There you go. King Kitten says the Jeopardy champion man girl says she was robbed. I have no idea what that even means.
She was robbed?
The Jeopardy champion man girl said he was robbed. Oh, is that come on now? Be
I don't know. Call people what they want to be called.
Yeah, call them what they want to be called. Yeah, that's not nice, King of Kittens. Yeah. Oh, by the way, good news. Got good news. Monty Williams is back.
Oh, that is great news.
Got cleared from the COVID protocols. He missed 4 games, and he'll be back in time to coach the Pelicans. Any word on any of the players, though? Any of the players that still need to come back? Horgon says, hey, guys, long time no text. I caught the COVID, was all vaxxed up, didn't get too sick. Was off work for 2 weeks, but hey, I'm back. Go Saints, he says. Get that last playoff spot. With what quarterback? Listen, you guys have just been hanging them on by a thread. Your defense is amazing, but come on, man. You can't go anywhere in the playoffs with, 0.5 of a quarterback here, 0.3 of a quarterback there.
I would think that Saints fans would be in the same boat as me, where you're desperately rooting for your team to be able to draft high enough to get one of these quarterbacks.
Well, the Saints are out of that contention at least.
Yeah, they played themselves out of it. They're kind of like where the Steelers are, where Mike Tomlin and that defense are good enough that you're not going to be able to draft a quarterback unless you've got a draft class where there are so many you could get one. The Saints are right there. Sean Payton is fantastic. That defense is great. I don't think they're bad enough to get one. But now they're in a place where they can't get to the playoffs necessarily either and couldn't do anything even if they made it.
Yeah. This is not going to go well for a lot of teams. This is not going to go well. Not a lot of good quarterbacks coming down the draft. And this is going to be one of those things where on this show, we're going to be complaining about it. We're going to be, I don't get it, but some really horrible quarterbacks are going to make a lot of damn money this next year. Well, because there's nobody else out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really, you're going to have the journeyman, probably more than we've seen in a while. I don't want to be too pessimistic about this draft class. I know that people have been complaining about it forever, but I also remember Deshaun Watson's draft class with Patrick Mahomes, and people said that was a weak class because we just didn't know, because drafting quarterbacks is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Well, who knows what's going to happen, but somebody better get very clever and very quick for the Saints, or you're going to have another year just like this one. Good Cat says, okay, here's a tough one. Mike Ditka fighting Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris. Come on, man. Thundar the Sam Barbarian says, I'm still here, guys. Not sure if Vic Fangio is still going to be in Denver next Monday, though. The thing that makes me sick is that there's some teams right now who are like, ooh, we want Vic Fangio. What? Did you not watch him coach? Senior Wake and Bake says, Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho. Okay. Horgon says, come on, Saints are trading for Russell Wilson. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I need it to happen. Average Joe says, Horgon was home for 2 weeks and didn't listen to the show every day. That's a good point. That's a good point, Horgon. You know you get to listen to us on the app anytime you wanted. What the hell's that all about?
I have no idea.
Scratch Me Because says, let people be called what they want to be called. I identify as Slobodan my balls itch. Well, no, we were already told that can't be a text or nickname. When it comes to gender, somebody says they want to be called a certain thing, let them be called a certain thing. But people who want to be called a certain thing, don't get mad if we call you sir first when your stubble and your jawline freaking gives it away. I'm just saying, don't get mad. Once you tell us what to call you, we will all call you that. But don't be a jerk about it. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, that's it for us. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Adios, muchachos.